upset everybody.
This is usually where the can pop open.
I started doing it before.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. This is good old JR Jim Ross, and I am a WWE Hall of Famer, and you are listening to Knockouts and Three Count. And it is a stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Knockouts and Three Counts.
Yes, sir. This is Knockouts and Three Counts, and we are here live from the illustrious Podcast Detroit studios here in.
Kyle.
Wait, what's going
Kyle,
on? What's happening?
you're sitting at the table. I adjusted the camera to point you, and then instead of moving the microphone, you moved your chair to line up with the microphone. So you're completely off camera now because I adjusted the camera to where you were sitting.
How did you know I wasn't trying to be the voice of God today?
No, that's my job. That
God
is
has more
my
bass in
job.
his voice.
That is Randy's job.
You may continue.
Okay.
Continue.
I forgot where we're at, so we're going to try this over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to.
Knockouts and Three Counts.
Yes, sir. This is Knockouts and Three Counts. We are here recording live from the illustrious Podcast Detroit studio here in Royal Oak, Michigan. And, man, for the first time in a long time, that old familiar cramp is coming in my hands there. With
Arthritis. Arthritis.
Randy, cue the horseman music.
Not since the Four Horsemen has there
I
been
don't
a
know what that
collection.
means.
Why is he the last time?
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative. Gets the people going. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the original crew here, man. We supposed
You might not be able to see us because the Facebook is acting up, but I'm hoping you can hear us all.
Of course.
It's working for now, isn't it? Yeah, it seems to be working,
Okay.
Good.
but no guarantees.
Well, we'll just keep going. And
We about to get zucked.
Oh,
Don't you say that. We've had bad luck with this shit before.
You must fight your style.
I'm glad you put a Z in front of that. So we got the original crew in here, and we're supposed to be joined by Mr. Thunder. We will see if that happens or not, but it's been a while, man. So, guys, why don't we go around the table and introduce ourselves? We'll start with Mr. Vigilante over here.
Does your mother still love you?
she definitely loves me. All my social media are the same.
Holy shit, it only took them 2 years to figure it out. But then it's just so much easier to just leave your Twitter handle alone rather than change it every episode.
But what are they?
Yeah, what is that information, sir?
It's __ main idiots on Twitter and Instagram. On Facebook, Kevin D. Russ.
And anything going on in your life, man? You need to know about?
Nothing, just moving back and forth.
All right. Well,
Marathon
seems to be a lot of that going on.
Marathon continues.
All right, Mr. Campbell.
You can find me. What's up, everybody? This is Kyle, the other Kyle, elder statesman Kyle.
Pepper.
I hate that nickname. I answer to that. You can find me on Facebook as Kyle J. Campbell. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I don't tweet. At Team Chaos, KAYOS. You can also find my other show, Wakanda Podcast Is This, on everywhere you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Google, everyonewhocares.com, and Anchor.
All right, Mr. Collison.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Detroit Knockout, Detroit NOKOUT. Make sure you're following the show as well at KO3C Pod because we've got if you paid attention this morning, we dropped the news that we're going to be at StarCast. So pay attention to all our social medias because we're going to have some pretty awesome content to bring you guys from that.
And why don't you go ahead and tell the people about the party coming up this Sunday, man?
Also, if you're going to watch SummerSlam after you hear our predictions, you might want to be there. Anyway, we're doing a big party downtown, B-Dubs, right next door to the old Shillelagh and all that stuff. No cover. We've got the whole upstairs all set together, and we're going to be doing giveaways again, so all the more reason for you guys to be there.
And I think everything kicks off at 6 for this one. This is one of the big four.
I think it's 5:30.
It's probably 5.
Yeah, get there at 5:30 so you can get in there.
Because you
fill-
have to be there for all the matches in order to win the big prizes.
Yep, fill out a pro wrestling scorecard and yeah.
This is going to be sold out. Get there at 3 o'clock. Get in line. Everyone's going to
standing
want to be there.
room
This is a big
only.
party at B-Dubs.
Get there at 11 p.m. Saturday night. Just sleep outside.
Kyle, are you coming to the party?
Yes.
Holy God.
What? Well,
I told you, I always come up with a big 4. Minus Survivor Series. but I switched
Mr.
that
Collison,
to
why don't you go
later
ahead and
back.
introduce our surprise guest, and don't ruin the surprise of why you're here, because that's going to be me next.
Well, yeah, returning to the show, we've got Chase Burnett and Zane Silver. How you guys doing?
Great.
Amazing. Thanks for having us again.
It just feels feels at home here.
It's been a minute, but you guys have been on the show probably just as much or more than any other guests that we've ever had.
Well, we've only been in this room twice.
But you've been on the show about
Special about this green and black, and there's a smell to it. You know? It's like grandma's house.
Don't mind that. That's
Because
Randy.
That's what we're calling it today.
It's like the regretful things you say get stuck in the stomach. So when you come in here, you smell it.
That's usually Kevin's predictions for the pay-per-view.
Oh.
Why do you get to introduce us and we don't get to introduce ourselves? What kind of bullshit is that?
Well,
Whoa.
I mean, since I'm the host, isn't that my job?
I like that.
I think we should have the
Take
option.
the pressure
Go
off
ahead
of
and
me.
introduce yourself then,
go ahead and
motherfucker.
introduce
You know what? I want you to introduce me. You introduce me, Kyle.
I already did. Already did.
Go ahead and throw your social media out there and any shows or anything you guys got coming up.
Depending on who you ask, I'm either Sean or Zane Silver. You can either find me, depending on who you are, you can find me at Sean or Zane Silver on Facebook. If you're a fan, definitely find me at Zane Silver. If you're a female, you can find me at Sean Silver on Facebook.
Oh, you had to point at the camera. Like, hey,
Newly
you.
single. My man's got the mojo in the vial.
A lot of that going around, man. Mr. Burnett, why don't you go ahead and let the people know who you are?
yo,
Your social media?
I'm on Twitter finally, and I love it. I'm having a great time. Seriously. I'm having the best time. So please follow me on Twitter at BaldandBougie248, just like my Instagram.
Man,
I thought it was Bald and Bougie 21 or something.
248.
You can just put 248 in there. It'll work.
Wait, real quick, man. How's the rehab going, man?
Oh, yeah. So,
And how did you blow your knee out?
So listen, ask your daddy about me because
Medical term.
I was on the courts. And
My
no,
dad can't play basketball.
no, so you got to ask him.
He wouldn't know shit. That's
He said he was on the sideline watching.
Sideline pimping.
No, but anyways, I was playing basketball and got a horrible injury. I thought it was just my ACL. It turns out it was a lot worse than that. I got a really rare type of tear where my whole meniscus folded in half and went into the middle of my knee.
Wow.
Yes, and it's a risky surgery, but luckily it was successful. So I'm just rehabbing. I can't walk still. I still got another 2 weeks or so until I can walk, and then I got about 9 months till I could potentially get back in the ring if I recover well.
So
if I don't, then
Royal
I'm not gonna
Rumble.
rush it.
Is it crazy that you got injured
Didn't we
playing
say not to
basketball
talk
and not
about that?
wrestling?
When we
Because I'm a professional wrestler. So I don't get hurt wrestling usually. I know I've trained not to, but when it comes to the basketball, I was going off too. It was like of
course.
game.
Feeling all
That-
splash
it was
That
brothery.
game. That's the
Oh,
game.
Hey, that's how I broke my shoulder too.
basketball. Oh no! See,
I was
what did
winning.
I tell you?
Anime.
Should tell you something.
The sad part about it is I was winning too, and he got embarrassed because his wife was watching.
No, you got hard
This
foul.
is
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
That's 100% God's honest
I was
truth.
wrestling with my cousin and broke my hand. So
Wait.
Whoa.
You know what? There's a joke there, but
You're
I'm
not
going to
trained,
leave
right?
it
I was gonna
alone.
say-
That's why you got injured in wrestling.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Devin. You can find me on Twitter at Devin63. That's DEVINTHE63. You can find me on Instagram at All Steak No Sizzle. That's one word. Make sure you check out the Reality Era News group on Facebook. And I think that's all the plugs and stuff we have. So before we jump into SummerSlam, before we jump into, talking
Takeover.
wrestling. Huh?
take over.
Yep. I forgot about TakeOver. Damn.
How dare?
You're killing me, Smalls.
Oh, hold on. It's two of them going on, right? 2 takeovers, right?
The next
UK.
takeover is the UK one, but that's the same night as All Out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll probably preview that when it's all out time. But before we jump into that, as I put up on my social media and we talked before,
Unlike Daniel Bryan, this will be an actual match. We're not going to prolong it for like 3 more weeks.
right? Yeah, we've got to make a little bit of an announcement. For those of y'all that may or may not know, I work for General Motors, and last year around Thanksgiving time, they made an announcement that the plant that I work at was going to be closing. So at that time, we had to make some decisions on where I was going to go. So I put my transfer in to go to Texas, and I just got the approval to go to Texas. So I report September 16th. And as far as the show goes, a lot's going to be up in the air. We're hoping that I'll be able to go down there and get on a shift where I can still do the show, at least just calling in or do a Skype in. Once I get down there, we'll figure things out. But yeah, it's going to be some changes here in Knockouts and 3 Counts, man. And
We're going to miss you.
I know, man. It's, definitely something I needed for myself. A change of scenery was definitely needed in my life. And it's a good opportunity down there. Some opportunities outside of GM, outside of podcasting that I can get into. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. So don't be sad, man. It's a good thing for me. I'm definitely gonna miss all you guys. I'll definitely be back for holidays and stuff like that.
And the show's not going nowhere yet.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna try and work this out somehow, man. Kyle got to wake up at 4:00 in the morning to come into the studio.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on a minute.
Why you some bitch out here 4 o'clock? Where are you?
But I mean, like we said, the show's not going anywhere, man. Devin's gonna make it work somehow or another. We'll figure out what's up, and we'll deal with that when the time comes. But we've got positive news to talk about as well, man. So you going that we're gonna make it work.
Definitely. And as far as a lot of stuff that we've been doing, as far as BCWA Evolve, as far as I'm involved right now, I'm gonna have to put that on hold until I can come back. That's one of the things that I'm really disappointed about is not being able to go to the BCWA shows anymore, man. We got Zane and Chase here, 2 guys that wrestle for BCWA, and shout out to Mike Blackwell for welcoming me and the guys here on the show to BCWA once a month, even though they didn't run last month. That was weird. Special shout out to him, man, for reaching out to us and letting me live part of my dream of being in the wrestling business, even though I'm not in the wrestling business, but. The guys at BCWA just made me feel welcome. So thank you guys for showing up here and surprising me too, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. That's the big reason why we came out. And it's not, you
Who
came
turned
out,
the air off, man? Shit.
Yeah, Devin,
Thanks,
you
Randy.
came out for Sean's birthday.
Yeah.
We had a great time. And
Definitely.
we've definitely become friends. Every month we get closer. So definitely didn't want to miss this out when I heard the news.
Yeah, man, I appreciate
That was my second thought in my mind, man. Once Jason Bardo passed by me, it's for sure. Let's go.
And I appreciate the whole crew being here, man. It's been a while, man. So,
Yeah, hell, you got me in the podcast, and so I damn sure had to be here.
man, have we told that story about how the whole thing started?
Wow,
I feel like we
Wow,
did.
the first episode we did.
Wow. This is episode 72 or something, so it's been
We're
a while.
well past
We're way
72,
past,
guys.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a while.
I think we're at about 100.
We're close to 100, man.
Because if you
Kyle
count the
doesn't listen to
BCWA,
it. You
gotta know the
episodes,
exact. We're getting close to 100.
Well, no,
the
because
exact number,
the
guys.
thing is, the
You're gonna botch this.
BCW. Because the BCWA episodes don't get a regular number on them like they do. We usually just
Not
put
canon.
whatever the
You guys are like
show
Venom.
title is with it.
You're part of us,
I can
but
tell you
you're
what
not
number
really
we on
part
right
of
now.
us.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it, Kev. But real quick, man,
Mixed reviews.
this whole thing started because I started my podcast about 3 years ago around this time, and we were doing WrestleMania preview with Kev and Kyle, and then Mr. Collison, he was there at WrestleMania, so I had him come on the show and do a review, and then we all went to the first
It was
Evolve show.
Evolve, yeah.
I think it was the first Evolve show here.
Saw Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Leo Rush.
Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby
I
Riley.
forget
Ooh,
that
the
Leo
good
Rush
old
is
days.
still on that show.
Zack Sabre Jr. was on that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sabre Jr. was on that one.
That is a good time.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
3 years
Yeah,
ago, that
yeah,
roster is
yeah.
crazy.
But we were all there, and all of a sudden I'm sitting next to Mr. Collison here, and he's like, "Hey man, I think we should do a podcast." Yeah, that's a good idea. And then Kevin and Kyle was like, "Hey man, I want to talk to you about something. I think we should do a podcast, man." So I was like, by our powers combined.
So I just looked up your podcast in Apple Podcasts, and somebody named Detroit Knockout, Knockout,
You damn
gave
right,
you
that
a
was
5-star
me.
review.
Hell yeah, I can rate my own shit. Where's the rule says I can't. If I ain't gonna plug my own shit, who's gonna?
There you go.
Wise man says a sad frog that doesn't praise his own pond.
Damn right. What that guy said.
Wow.
But-
You're going to learn a lot of new sayings in Texas.
Yeah, I heard. What was the one I heard?
You
the
got
other
to get
day,
some more
man?
Detroit gear, too, because you can't go down there without Detroit gear.
Oh, you got to let them know.
Because, they're big D. We are the D. So you have to have more
Hey.
of that old English D.
As long as it's not
You
Lions,
better
I'll
not
wear it.
become a. You better
No,
not.
I do
Oh.
it. Who are they going to talk about? Texans?
You better not come back a Cowboys fan.
Oh, that's what.
I'll
Hey,
kick you in the
hey,
dick.
hey,
I'll
hey.
steal his. I'll kick you in the dick.
I'll kick myself in the dick, man.
You better not become a Cowboys fan, or we're gonna have a problem.
Never,
Nah.
man. If anything, I'll become a Texas fan. But no, I'm a Cleveland
Oh,
Browns.
you like pain? From the Lions to the Texans, he just like being disappointed.
Been listening to a lot of that Little Nas X there, cowboy.
He has, dude. If you could have seen him dancing at Harry and Laura's
Nothing
wedding,
wrong with
he
that.
had the fucking Kangol going.
Where we gonna take?
Dude, it was
Nothing wrong with
something
that.
else.
That's my favorite song, man.
It's a great album.
I'm just glad that your date was cool enough not to leave you sitting there looking.
Damn, that's cold. That's
No, dude.
Is that your
if you'd
standard
have
for
seen
women?
it- no, because she got right out there and danced with him, so it was awesome.
Shout
But
out
it
to
was
Paula.
just the way he was dancing for a minute, though. I was like, no.
It wasn't that bad, man.
Couldn't be worse.
You
than,
were
couldn't be
drunk,
worse than my birthday
so
party.
that was fucking awesome.
Man,
So
And that was fucking on my
the Geronimo
Snapchat.
dance.
God, that was awesome. In the middle of the restaurant, too.
Man,
hey, man, we had all kinds of fans
Hey,
clapping for it.
Yeah,
I just want to say that apparently we were looking at the wrong things because my man over there that was at the bar had his hands in the right place. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
No, so this chick. All right, so brief tangent. So I just celebrated my 31st birthday on July 11th.
Old fuck.
And
hold on.
you youngest person here.
Right. That's why I can say it.
But you look 40. You look, you look like you
Hey,
look like
if
19,
I look 40 and still look this good and you're 34 and look
you-
like that, you got a problem.
You look like
The
19.
hairline's barely holding on. There,
You look like 1922. Oh damn, that's a Dean Ambrose shit. So we were at
And you're
this
looking
restaurant
like a
in
whole pepper
downtown
bottle,
Detroit.
alright.
So this girl who was very voluptuous was on the bar, and a guy and another woman were molesting her basically.
Dude, like,
And
did see that.
yeah, so
hell yeah, you did. We all looked at it. Even the females at the table
We're
looked at it.
basically looking how we're looking now. So Collinson's across from me, and I just happened to turn around and I saw it and I double ticked. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, he's straight up feeling on her titty. And so I shot Collison. He's like, what? And he looks, he's like, oh shit, he feeling on her titty. But I was there with my girlfriend. She wasn't paying attention. I think Devin and her were having a conversation.
I was
Devin
oblivious to the
told-
whole
but then-
thing.
Liar.
Why did y'all not tell me the titties
Liar.
was being
No,
rubbed up
I
on?
was trying to do it because we were right. Kevin's wife was right there next to Kevin.
No, good look. Back in the I looked at she was like,
And I saw Kev. Kev looked at me and he's like, "What?" And I gave him the look to look behind, and he looked and he saw it. Then he looked straight, but his wife was looking at him. So then she looked and saw, and then looked back at him. Like,
And then she just instantly got like that disgusted woman face
Exactly.
where like they
Like,
see
oh
another
my
female
God.
do some scandalous shit.
On the other hand,
She
my
just looked over.
girlfriend saw. She's like, "Oh shit, they getting down." Okay, so it was very fun. Fun time was had ball. Also, if you're a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the dance that Will and Carlton do when they're stuck in Las Vegas with the Apache song.
Apache,
Me
jump on it.
and Devin
Jump on it.
literally
Jump
did
on
not
it.
synchronize it.
it's on Facebook.
It is
was fucking
the
awesome.
song goes off and literally we both jump up at the exact same time and in sync actually do the dance. Didn't plan on doing it. Almost blew my knee out because I'm too damn tired.
He creeped up. I was like, just go on and do it.
Hey, look,
You saw him looking for the beat like,
I have a life rule. I have a life rule. Whenever that song comes on, I have to get up and do the dance, no matter where the fuck I am.
usually it's the Soldier Boy dance for me.
I'm sorry, man.
I don't got that much
ruined it.
routine. I don't
I'm
got that
sorry.
much routine.
So you-
All right, I was with you, and then
You'll be on your own on that one, man.
I was with you, and then
where were we?
Take
Take over.
we never even
We're
got there.
anywhere.
We
We
were
were not
anywhere.
anywhere.
We were just talking about just
in the
all the
moment.
changes and all that good stuff, and that we still got a lot of big stuff going. I mean, just this month alone, you know, we're going to be down there for StarCast. We're going to have somebody from Evolves coming for the show for August 24th. Obviously, we'll be bringing somebody in for BCWA for their show on the 24th. And, yeah, man, so we're not going anywhere. Just because we got the big news don't mean we're going anywhere.
Shout out to Seth. I didn't know you were 40.
Bad time to leave, Devin.
What's that?
Picked a bad time to leave.
Dude,
man.
you telling me, man?
happy for you, man. I'm happy
gentleman,
for you, but I'm
Roders.
gonna miss out on your good commentary on these shows, brother.
I appreciate it, man. And shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. It's
Oh, we got. Oh, I need a.
Yeah, log in so we can get the views up.
yeah, I'm trying to see if anybody said anything really.
A couple people said, "Get the hell on there! I want you here."
Me?
Yeah, Shayla, shout out. She already knew it.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to my man Art. I better not lead the fantasy league. Nah, man, I like taking y'all money.
I'll be in the fantasy league.
and-
So when I win, you cash app me the money.
Yeah, you get cashed out. Well, I get cashed out, but you ain't gonna win. You might get second place, man. I don't know how much that is because
You're picking all Browns players.
Oh.
If you mean African Americans, sir, that is very, very racist. Thanks, my boy Steve, man. Big city.
Hey, Steve said he's 40, so you.
Yeah, well, fuck you too.
We'll read some more of the comments, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit of WWE, man. So, you guys want to start?
I feel like, do we start with SummerSlam or do we start with
SummerSlam?
I think we get SummerSlam out of the way, and then
that was a good WWE talk, guys. What we talking about?
That
That
encompasses.
was fantastic.
how about we get WWE out of the way, and then we end on a high note with Takeover.
Can we talk about the Summerfest?
Summerfest.
You remember?
well?
What's his name? Busted up.
The
We're gonna ban you from the Summerfest. The SummerSlam. The SummerSlam.
The Summer Jam. Slam Jam. Bam.
Have you been watching G1?
So
Not everybody watches as much wrestling.
no.
as you.
Here,
I don't watch it. I don't watch it much. I don't watch it as much as I used to.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I would like to, but the way my life is set up right now, man,
No,
it's
crazy. Like I don't get you to watch it, but I've been watching all the Moxley matches somehow. But all the,
Somehow.
because I don't know which days is what. You know what I mean?
You're
So I
lying,
just watch
son of
it
a
again.
bitch. You know everything that's going on about New Japan.
No, I don't, because I haven't been watching it.
So
I'm not Dave Meltzer.
so you just happen to fall into a
Dean-
John Moxley
Dean
match.
Moxley.
Yeah, like, and he basically like 6-0 until
Yeah,
like
they're
recently.
undefeated right now, yeah.
No, he lost to Yano, and I was like, whoa.
What?
You know what? It's funny. So I
Everybody
forgot who said that, but someone called that because he was going through everybody. I'm like, they was like, watch, man, he's gonna lose to someone crazy like Yano. I'm like,
But
I can see that shit
the
happening.
way he lost, I was like, that's brilliant.
His whole run since
Like-
he's left has been brilliant.
Like he zip tied him to the gate, and I was like, that was brilliant.
I like.
Dude, let's talk about him versus Josh Barnett. That's going to be insane.
Insane.
Like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, that show is going to be
That- I love that
Yes,
show.
dude. And the fact that they actually do it with the real life Bloodsport mat makes it all the doper.
Wait, where can you watch that though? That's
You can watch it on
Legally
Fight
or
TV.
illegally?
You can watch
TV?
it on
At
Fight
Kyle's
TV.
house.
legally. Where can you watch it?
Fight
Kyle's
TV.
house.
Fight
Okay.
TV. If you've never used Fight TV, when you sign up, you get a $10 credit, and then you can also get another credit for follow them on
Yeah.
Twitter. You could get a free show if you've never followed them before.
Yeah, I've got,
the
like-
app works
So
great.
if you know
too.
how to create a new email account,
So WWE Network.
put in the work, we gotta put in more work, but don't do that.
well, I was. Nah, that's not what I meant. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
I love the fact that I have two
some
laptops,
people-
a PlayStation, and an Xbox. My first year at WWE Network didn't cost me shit.
I love how you say that, and then we're going to try to work with them.
Trust me, if they haven't not followed us already, that ain't gonna be what did it.
Shout out to
That was
Chris.
day one
That was shit
subscriber,
back
man.
in
They've been getting my
2018.
money.
Shout out to Chris Bonjour
I
and
think
Evolve.
I've had it since it started. What up,
day
Chris? We going to see you soon, sir.
I don't even know he commented. I was just saying because we were talking about getting in with WWE. So yeah, SummerSlam, WrestleFest, Summer Jam.
Jam.
Yeah, that.
Summer
Jeezy's coming?
Summer's Ale.
Summer Jam.
When I went to Summer Jam, he was there, and so was T.I.
Monster Jam. Man, I'm gonna miss the Monster Jams in January.
That's a tradition, man.
Hopefully they got that in Texas. They like
They probably do, bro. They probably
Yeah,
get on there in
that's
like
bull.
July or something.
That's bull
Your
riding
neighbor's
season,
gonna
baby.
have a Monster Jam.
You gotta have
Everything's bigger in Texas, man. They might have even bigger monster trucks down there.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing bigger than Truckosaurus.
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 Screw Truckosaurus. It's all about
Gravedigger. It's all about Goldberg truck, man. Bring him back.
I was about to say, what about Medusa?
The Hogan truck with the arms.
They need to recreate the Hulk Hogan giant
I was
monster
just-
truck match on the top of the.
I was just about to say,
stadium.
like, did they ever find the giant man? Because I thought he died.
no,
They
came
found
back
him
that
in
night.
that big-ass net that you could see on the side of the building.
I was
That
actually
poor
there.
net, man, though.
Wait, what?
You were there
I was
that
actually
day?
Ring the bell!
Yeah.
What?
I was there. I was young.
That was at the Joe, right? That was at the Joe, right?
No, it was at Kobo.
That was Kobo
Kobo.
back on 95,
I was 3.
96.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
He was
peaceful
3 years old.
vibes.
Little baby breath motherfucker. All right, so
SummerSlam.
summer
We do not-
jam
Summerfest.
Yes.
We'll get there.
No, we won't.
Is this like Beer Fest?
Dude, they go. Let's talk about SummerSlam, and immediately we start talking about another promotion.
Let's talk about SummerSlam. Hey, did you see what John Moxley's doing?
Kyle's about to be like, "Have you seen MLW?"
Man, Bola was great this year. Man. All right, let's go through the card.
Love sport. Okay.
You know, I did not bring paper, and honestly, I really don't give a fuck about this card. But
You don't care about Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg? That anticipated matchup we have been waiting 2 weeks for?
I'm more excited
let's
about
start
this.
Let's start there. Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler.
Womp womp.
Mr. Collins.
What? Dolph Ziggler's going to sell his ass off for Goldberg? That's the whole point of this match. Goldberg's going to come in trying to look better than he did in his last match. Dolph Ziggler's going to make him look better than he did in his last match. Is this going to be a match that's going to bring people in, that's going to buy the pay-per-view? There's nothing wrong with the match, guys. There's
3
nothing
minutes.
wrong with the match. And it's a 2-week match, but it's not going to lead to anything big either. It's not like they're going to get 2-week build-up. He's going to go be world champion next week.
Oh.
He's just going to
Over-
move on
Hey,
to something else.
don't
He
put that in the
doesn't mean
universe.
anything.
Don't
the
put that
whole
in the
thing
universe.
Dolph Ziggler has done his whole career. At least he's doing something special. At least besides doing something else, he's not going to do anything off of it again.
He's here to show
Over under the Goldberg's entrance lasts longer than the match.
I think it's going to be a good 6 to 7 minutes. Man.
No,
I
with
think
it
they
being
want
Dolph,
to
it'll
sell.
be over.
They want that to get over
It
quick,
bet not
man.
because he went through Kevin Owens a couple years ago.
Exactly.
Will
That's what I'm
he-
saying.
will he
That's what I'm
make
saying.
Maybe it's wishful thinking 6-7 minutes, but
So who? Are
I
you
think
picking?
Goldberg wants it.
I said
I was
4
about to
minutes.
say
He wants it.
Since you're
I think
going
him and Shawn
you
Michaels
first,
both
who you
want
got?
it after that disappointing experience. They're embarrassed.
HBK needs it more.
So who you got?
Oh, yeah.
Who you
Who
got?
do I got?
Yeah, who you picking in this one?
We're doing pick'ems.
I think it's obvious that Goldberg's going over, right?
Who's taking score?
I think that's a question.
Take score.
I don't think that
Brandon,
hinders
score.
the matchup at all. That you know Goldberg's going over.
Hey, grab that
Goldberg's
notepad
going over.
in a writing utensil.
Who's
There you
next?
go.
Who else?
Kyle.
Well, clearly Goldberg's going to win, but the question of this match really is Goldberg going to knock himself out?
I
before
got to
he
do it,
gets
man.
to
It's
the
my
ring?
day off.
I got carpal tunnel.
You hear that? I said the real question to it is whether he gets knocked out or not. That's going to be the real question.
It's about before or after
Wait,
the
no,
match?
he
are you
was-
talking about Goldberg knocking himself out?
That's what I'm exactly what I'm talking. That's exactly what I'm
I thought
talking
you mean
about.
before or after the match.
He's definitely going to hit his head on the door.
Is he going to make himself bleeding?
Yeah, of course
Like,
he is. His last
I don't know.
4
I
appearances,
think
yeah.
I think
I
Goldberg's
did this the
clearly going to
hard
win
way.
this one, dude. But I mean,
Vince, I bled the hard way.
I just them putting this shit together, man. I just don't. I don't understand why every time they keep bringing these guys back, you do it with like a 1 week or a 2 week thing. Like I get it, you're
Everything
not going
feels like a
anywhere.
2-week build
But
right
like, if you're gonna bring them up, why don't you try to like get something out of it? I just don't understand that.
They don't know what to do right now, man.
Mr.
They're just
Chase, who
pulling everything out.
your
Let's try
thoughts?
this. Let's try that. It's
Mr.
week by week. Right
We
now,
need
bro.
ratings. Bring Goldberg.
Mr. Chase, your thoughts and your prediction on this
They
match.
ain't bringing in Kenny Omega. I mean,
The real question is who's going to be the first one to upload the GIF of the spear? That's the real question of this match.
So the
motherfucker
question
will be
is:
on
Is
it.
Dolph gonna do a backflip on the spear?
No,
I
100.
would
That's
love
the
it.
only thing that like I'm looking forward to. It's just
I would love him to
But I
sell
know-
the spear like The Rock used to sell stunners.
listen. I'm not a Dolph Ziggler guy, so I could see him just trying to sell it like super hard and concussing himself. I can totally see that's the kind of stuff he does. And people are like, oh, he's so good. No, he has 10 concussions. He doesn't so good. It's real, guys. What's wrong with you? That's my thoughts on that match. Goldberg wins.
I got Goldberg. I'm gonna try to be positive and just pass it to the next man, Mr. Campbell.
I'll be that guy. I'll go Dolph.
Ooh,
Wow.
go against the grain. All right.
I won 2 wrestle bets because I went against the grain.
And y'all motherfuckers still ain't paid
know
me
what?
back
Where's
for
my
goddamn
lunch at?
Survivor Series
We won first,
2 damn
damn it.
years ago.
You owe me,
won
ball
first.
bastard. You owe me a lunch. And I'll be working.
All
until
y'all
too.
motherfuckers owe me
you
food.
think Dolph
after us.
clean pinned Goldberg?
Wait, what?
If Dolph
Clean
wins,
pin-
it's gonna
hit
be
him with a
cheap.
move, cover his leg, poke the leg, cover him. 1, 2, 3.
There will be
Hit him about
chicanery.
some-
There will be
roll-
chicanery.
Chicanery.
There will be chicanery.
Okay. So Kane's involved?
Wait.
HBK will try to go for a super kick.
That is
Dolph
the
will
Kyle
miss.
Campbell word of the day. Chicanery.
HBK will go for a super kick of Dolph.
Hey, spell
He'll
that down.
move and hit Goldberg, and he'll pin him.
Mr. Russ?
Goldberg because Dolph is a heel. Well,
That's it. That's all, folks.
Is he a face?
He loves the faces, folks.
You know what? I'm gonna say this one for myself. Mr. Russ, we're gonna start off with you, sir. AJ Styles versus Ricochet. Mr. Rick O'Shea.
That's what Vince probably
He's
thought.
an Irish wrestler. I don't know if you ever heard of him. His name's
Hey,
Rick
Vince,
O'Shea.
Vince, I want to meet some guy. His name's Rick O'Shea.
I'm going to have to go with Mr. Alan Jones.
Ooh. Sounds better as
Are
AJ.
we using shoot names right now? That's what's going
Not
on
his
here.
name. It's not his name.
Mr. Campbell.
It's like Sophie's Choice.
Is
I
it?
love them both, man. They're two of my 5 favorites.
Top 5.
5 times.
5 stars.
I'm gonna go with AJ, man. You gotta build that. You gotta build. If you're gonna build the OC up, he can't lose the title.
That means they can't lose either, though.
I don't see a match on here
For
announced from them yet, but you know they're gonna add a match later on.
That's the
Versus New
WWE
Day.
Tag Team Championship.
I mean, we don't-
Might not. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna go there yet. We'll wait. But I'm gonna go with AJ Styles on this one too, man. I think they gotta, like you said, build up the OC, which is weird because that's a old Fox television show. That's all I think about.
Don't even hang. You was watching that shit too.
I wasn't watching it.
You were too young for it.
I was avoiding.
You were
it.
probably fucking. We were home Friday nights.
Chase, who you got in this one, man? Rick O'Shea versus AJ Styles.
They're gonna do AJ goes over for sure.
Mr. Silver.
I'm gonna go against the grain on this one. Make it closer to the mic. I'm gonna go against the grain on this one. I'm gonna say Ricochet. I see some kind of roll-up situation happen, some kind of backfire situation happen with the club for sure.
Actually, a wrestling move.
You know, it's probably gonna go right back to AJ. You know, that way they can have just some kind of title change. You know, anything can happen on Raw kind of thing. Hope won't happen.
But
I think Ricochet's gonna go over in this one.
have
like
him
this.
run it back
Give
at
him a
Hell in a
little
Cell.
rub. Give him a
whatever
little bit of
next
rub
pay-per-view
right
is.
now.
Like I said,
Right.
Because they've been getting a lot of heat for not giving people the rub when they think when the fans say they need the rub. So
Get the next
give them a
night.
little bit of rub and get to give it
Poor
right back to AJ in a couple weeks.
We'll get the
Poor
next night on Raw.
Rusev. Poor Rusev.
Mr. Callis.
Poor Rusev.
Where the fuck is Rusev, man?
Poor Rusev. I miss him.
Celebrating Rusev Day.
He's on Twitter.
Mr. Callison, who you got, man?
I'm going to go AJ on this one, too.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go first on this one because I'm gonna enjoy this.
Oh shit.
Charlotte Flair
Oh, shit.
versus Trish Stratus.
Oh, I wonder who you're gonna pick.
What?
Oh, I
No,
know.
I know he's on the pick.
Inquiring minds want to know.
So, for those of you that
Tell the
don't
story.
know,
Please tell the story. Please.
Yes.
We don't need the story.
we
We do.
We do.
She's in the ring. He tells the story.
yeah. So me and Trish Stratus got a little bit of an issue that goes back about 15 years. I was in Atlanta at Six Flags. She was there signing autographs. I was a young 15-year-old,
6 foot.
300-pound, 6'4" boy.
Boy.
He used to be 6'4".
Hi, Miss Stratus.
You got older and got shorter.
No, that was his hair.
Damn, that's fucked.
Hey, no hair jokes.
I didn't do it.
But yeah, so I'm in line to get my autograph, and I see Miss Trish Stratus. I'm like, "Hi, Trish." Like, "Hi, how are you? What's your name?" Dad, like, "Trish, can I have a hug?" No. All right, fuck you from now on. So ever since then, I've hated Trish Stratus, but I'm actually picking Trish Stratus to win this match. I think
Charlotte Flair losing.
I'm picking Charlotte to lose, man. I think they need to. I think that's the most obvious thing that Charlotte wins. So I think they try to hit with the swerve, bro.
You know what? I just thought of something. We need to check this out. What is Charlotte's win-loss record when she actually appears at the Cricket Wireless in Oak Park? Because she does that she always comes here to Detroit to the Cricket Wireless in Oak Park.
Shout out to Justin.
And I'm wondering, what is her win-loss record when she actually does appear there? I'm going to look that up.
Well, hopefully she'll have one loss after this. But Mr. Campbell, we'll go with you, man. Then we'll go.
That'll be an easy stat to look up for sure.
What's up, man?
Kevin called it.
Fashionably late.
Randy's going to be pissed. He has to move the camera back more.
For those of you not watching,
That's me.
Tony MF Thunder just walked in the building.
Randy's
sorry about
face.
that.
MF stands for
Shout out them for
Mary
remembering
Frances, like Jabot.
Shout out them for remembering
Turn it
the
on, Randy.
code.
Show starts at 9.
It does?
It does.
You're a liar and you don't love Jesus. I'm here. That's when the show starts.
Classic.
See what happened was, listen, this is what happened, right? I got off work and I'm like, oh man, it's like 7 o'clock, right? It's like a 2.5 hour drive. I got in the car and closed my eyes, and as soon as I opened my eyes, I was here. So it didn't take that long.
So for the 3 people you killed on I-94.
He's on the lodge with it.
Yeah, we on the lodge with it, Randy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, let Tony start the next match.
Charlotte Flair.
Why?
What do we?
Mr. Russ.
Yes.
You gotta make another line now.
I am. I got this.
Charlotte Flair versus Trish Stratus.
He goes, I did. I made one more line.
Let me catch up over here.
Shout out to Mike Blackwell.
I got Charlotte to win.
Oh, Mike Blackwell in there?
Charlotte.
What's up, Mike? I'll be talking to you in a little
I
bit.
got Rick's daughter.
Yeah. Wait,
You ain't the first one.
Did you kidnap her? She's like, I got Rick's daughter.
Where to, Stephanie?
Mr. Thunder, who you got?
That's me.
Trish Stratus versus I'm gonna say Ric Flair. Charlotte Flair.
That would be a good match.
Incredible.
He bumped for her. I bet
Incredible match.
he bumped for her.
4.
Tim is taking shots, bro.
I'm gonna go with Charlotte, man.
Mr. Collison.
I think Charlotte's gonna win. I think they're gonna use
She need
this.
this win.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have her lose, but I wouldn't be shocked if she does.
Mr. Silva.
Charlotte for sure. Charlotte.
Man, I guess I'm alone. Am I the lone wolf?
No, I think Trish is gonna go.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
All right. That's what I'm
down
talking
against the
about.
grain.
Bam.
over. No, it's just
Yeah, I actually
what
picked
it
Trish Stratus to win the match.
Oh wow.
And told the story.
she must have gave him a hug, right?
all I can think about is
Continuity.
he's like, I hated her ever since. So, never mind.
No, really. No. Like really. Don't say her name wrong because he'll tell the story.
means he wants her even
she's
more.
downtown right now.
That's what it means.
That's what it
I would
is.
love.
hate her.
I would love to.
She's in the city just for you, Devin.
I'm jealous though.
she's
I would
definitely
love
downtown
to
right now.
like.
I give her.
So next
have
match,
somebody
we
that I was attracted to.
Where's that 6'4" guy from when we was 15? You
Yeah.
know,
He was 6'4" when he was 15.
that's what he just told us.
That's what he said.
Hey.
He just told us.
and real quick, Tony, who
That's
you
me.
got? Who you,
Junta is watching, I think, too.
what's up, man?
No, he's not.
You can tilt your microphone down.
Okay, that's
Just
Thank you,
playing.
Randy.
He's a big fan of mine, so of course.
But real quick, Tony, AJ Styles versus Rick O'Shea. He's an Irish guy.
Since everybody went with Styles, I'm gonna go with Ricochet,
Alrighty.
just to be different this time.
And Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg.
I don't think they gonna have Goldberg lose back-to-back matches like that.
Alrighty. And since we're already on you, man, let's have you start off with Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, the Fiend.
Wow, man. Fuck, fan. Next.
Next.
You know,
Nah, see, like, everybody here knows how big of a fan I was of Finn and the demon character and where it was going, and now it's just like, if he wins, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, let's go upset me if he wins.
what? You know what? Him winning and he's supposedly going away for on a vacation or something when he's getting married. That would be the most WWE thing to do. Like he's going away. He don't need it.
But-
Bray needs it. He's
So,
coming out. But Finn
since
wins.
Bray never won a series. So
Never.
No.
Mr. Collison,
That'll be
you
a
got
swerve.
the next pick. Go ahead, man.
Since we're on the match, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've loved the fact that they've had Bray Wyatt use the mandible claw, and much less to use it on
Love it.
Foley was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, no way, they're really gonna do it, and the fact that they got him keep him going with it, I think that's awesome. As far as the match, Bray should win this. I just hope they don't fuck this up like the last time they tried to do something with him. But
We're gonna put worms in the ring.
Sister Abigail versus
Hey, Kyle, you were there.
yeah, I know.
Was I the only one to actually think that was pretty dope?
I said
it was
that,
dope.
and I've
I
told
liked
them
it.
that about 5 times now.
I thought that was.
I feel like
I
I probably
like-
had to been there live
in the arena, it was fucking cool because none of us knew what was going on at first
Well,
until
after
you really.
I
learned.
didn't know
It was
either.
weird. After the third time, it got like weird. Like,
Right.
oh, all right, we get it.
I thought it
That's
was cool.
cool.
It just didn't get executed
Yeah.
as well as it should have.
Mr. Silver.
You gotta go with Bray, man. Right?
Bremen?
They can't.
Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond.
Everybody
Raymond
loves
Reigns.
Raymond.
Brayman Reigns.
Brayman Reigns for sure.
Mr. Chase, who do you
Hopefully Bray. I'm not big into Finn. Let me get Bray. Finn's gonna go away already, so it's all good.
I need that Fiend, man.
Yeah.
I'm
That
feeling for the
really
Fiend.
sounded like something different. And different.
Fiend before I became a team.
Fire Funhouse.
I'm gonna go with William Rotunda.
Come on, man.
Want more shoot names?
Yes, all day. Do that, man.
All day.
Why you got? I mean,
Real names all day.
shoot
Real
names.
names all day. IRS Junior.
You guys are so cool.
Both brothers.
Where'd you find these guys?
Yeah, he needs lucky son of a bitch. If he doesn't win this is one of the worst booking assists I've ever seen. You got all that goodwill from the Firehouse Funhouse.
I was saying, is it
Firefly
bad that I'm
Funhouse
singing the Firefly Funhouse song in my head right now?
I ain't gonna lie, I would have that. But yeah,
Kev, who you got, man? I think this is a clean sweep. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just speed through SummerSlam so we can get to
Summerfest.
All right, Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon.
Bathroom break.
Zane.
Fuck Shane.
Who you got in this one, man?
I don't really care, to be honest with you.
That's what. Let's just speed.
I'm
through
going to
this,
go
man.
with Shane because he's the best ever of all time,
Best
right?
in the world.
Right.
That really
best
hurts
ever of
my
all
CM
time.
That really hurts.
I'm
me,
going
CM
for
Punk.
Punk. Well, yeah.
Exactly. See,
I'm gonna go for Shane on this one. I think I think Punk's going back to the WWE. So
Go away.
I think he's gonna be the pre-order bonus for 2K.
I don't mean
I'll
nothing.
get the damn deluxe edition. To do that shit.
I really think he's gonna be the two. And like with the way Cody Rhodes been talking about him being a StarCast, he said he'd like going
It's
back
in
and stuff,
Chicago.
Kev, who you
That's
got?
not sarcasm, huh?
so. Speaking of StarCast,
I got Stone Cold Steve
We'll
Owens.
be there.
You missed that announcement.
Well, some of us will.
Stone Cold Steve Owens.
Stone
Cold Steve Owens.
I just love how all the finishers from the '90s are now popular.
I have no
Stone Cold
problem
Stunner,
with it,
Mandible
though. I
Claw.
really don't. Like, the fact that Austin's cool with it, I don't give a shit.
No, I
Let
just-
him
I
be-
know was doing it
Has
for
a
a while.
stunner
He just
never
wasn't
not
finishing
been
with it.
popular?
No, it's popular, but that was
But
like
no one's
one of
really
those
used
moves
it.
Nobody used it.
Cena used it. He used a springboard stunner for a while, but he
Because you
wasn't
can't use
finishing
it
with
without being compared to Stone Cold.
Did that ever connect with Cena? Did it though?
Yo.
Did.
What'd you
Yeah,
say,
he
Kev?
connected.
It was horrible.
I like
Well,
that.
I mean,
I like that.
it wasn't executed.
That was
John
like his,
Cena
that was like
is
his
the greatest wrestler
That's like
of
his
all time.
STFU.
Yeah.
You need to cinch that in, son. I need you to close that up.
He won world championships with that move, man. How can you tell John Cena what to do with his?
Yeah.
I never saw. I never
Greatest
saw.
wrestler
Any,
of all time.
I never saw any of those.
All right, we're gonna speed through this.
Mr. Campbell, why don't you go ahead and make your
Speed
pick,
through
sir? Come on,
Fucking Shane McMahon.
Shane.
The best in the world, man.
Best in the world.
Kevin Owens.
I hope he
How
wins.
sweet
I
would
hope
it,
I'm
like,
wrong.
like Kevin Steen versus Shane McMahon would have been sweet, where it's just like Kevin Owens just does every move on the Shane.
And Shane
Like, and
just
Shane
kicks
was
up.
just taking it and just kicking out like El Generico used to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that could have been sick.
Oh,
This
that would've
will
been
suck.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead with Kevin Owens because I think they're gonna actually do a real push this time.
Nice plot twist. I like that one. Mr. Collison, who you got, man?
KO.
KO? All right. Bailey versus Ember Moon.
We all win on that one.
Real talk.
sure.
Agreed.
Real talk.
For sure.
Real talk.
Who wants to go first on this one?
Ding, ding,
Oh,
ding
I'll
on
go
that
first
one.
on that one. Oh, you talking about the match?
I'll race you.
Sorry.
Oh my.
I'm gonna go with the huggable one. I'm gonna go with Bailey.
Bailey? All right.
She needs something to actually,
Right.
cement her.
How long has her reign been?
About 3 months, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
about right. Yeah, I'm going to go with Bailey. Even though I want Ember Moon to get it, I'm going to go with Bailey.
Same. I would love Ember Moon, but
I think it's too soon.
you know what? No, you know what? Let's do Ember Moon because
Yeah.
you're not gonna give it.
Yes. Just stop there. Just stop there.
Devin's
Say
already
it.
testing his gag reflex.
Good.
No,
Whoa. Took it too far. Took it too far.
let's.
No. I was trying my best not to spit water in Kyle's face.
Hey, they
man.
don't give me.
Hey, we're on camera. That would have been the best time to do it.
Fuck you. I ain't gonna be able to spit take.
The guys are being rude to our guest, Chase Burnett.
It's fine. It's fine.
Randy would have put that in slow motion.
I'll get my time to talk.
Randy.
Go ahead, Chase.
No, you're good. I'm just saying, they
What?
don't give up meaningful feuds to women like a Bailey who finally gets her opportunity at championship. They don't have any women to give her a meaningful feud. So, hey, do that to Ember Moon too. Give it to her. Oh,
one second,
did you
fellas.
pay for that
Excuse me.
song? Nope, thanks for costing
Hello?
us all that money, Tony Thunder.
Talking
Hello?
to the mic.
Oh no, you were supposed to call in to the
To the
line.
show.
Yeah, you're supposed to call into the show.
Oh, surprise.
Well, it's okay because we really ran out of time. Yeah. We'll get you again.
Thanks, AB. Thanks, ABC.
Amanda Bobby Cooper, guys, and unfortunately, for some reason, we just don't have time for it.
Next time you and
Amanda
Matt
Bobby
Damon.
Cooper calls into the show every Tuesday, trying to get back on the show, and we just don't have time. She
for
always
man.
call at like the worst.
She has like Matt Damon,
Hey.
Jimmy Kimmel type timing. It's
Good,
just uncanny.
good luck to Amanda Bobby Cooper, September 7th, lights out in the Grand Rapids.
Boom.
Zooming through SummerSlam.
We might have
No, Chase. I'm sorry, Chase. Go ahead.
No, I'm done with what I'm saying. I was just saying if they're not going to give a meaningful feud to somebody like Bayley for a championship run, might as well give it to Ember Moon and give her,
Who's
no
left?
good feuds.
I was
Whatever, they're not
thinking of
doing
give me
anything.
Ember. I think Bailey's had the title long enough, and she really hasn't got that spark that they were looking for
It's
with her.
uninspired.
So, yeah, they're gonna probably take it off her for a little while and let her fight back for it, so they can give her something to mean something this time.
Zane?
Unlike the other gentlemen at the table, I'm not going to make any sexual references when it comes to this matchup. I love how he looks right now. I'm just going to say, so Bailey or Ember, if you're watching, you can find me at Facebook, Sean Silver.
Nice.
If you're a man pretending to be
saying
either of them,
no.
you can find me at Zane Silver on Facebook. I think I'm going to go with
Are they
Ember
both
Moon. I'm
married?
going to go with Ember Moon.
I think they're both married, aren't they?
Stunner for life.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Could be. You don't know what their situation is.
A great man.
No, I know.
So you don't
Ember's
know their
married.
life.
I know Ember's married. That's why I stopped following her on
Men
Instagram.
are everywhere.
Okay.
Mr. Kev, you got this with Kev? Who you got?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Bailey, even though I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. You know I'm not a fan.
You know
What you got against
Bailey was born
I
June
picked Bailey.
15th, 1989.
I just don't like her.
That's not
Don't like her
unreasonable
character.
that you know
That's
that.
the same thing with Sami Zayn. I don't like him because of his character.
They just need to change him in El Generico and be done with it.
The mask is off.
Have-
Let the mask go on. The mask don't go back
have
on.
him in backstage segments as Sami Zayn. Have him in the ring as El Generico and pretend he doesn't know who's
Once
who.
the mask comes off, it never come
It's,
back on.
it's
right
sad.
Let's remember
It's
right
literally
yourself.
sad for any of us who saw him come up the ranks in the Indies. I tweeted about this the other day because Sami Zayn, he tweeted something he was unhappy a couple weeks ago about not being a prominent role on a show.
He should
And
be
I
one
got
of the biggest
sad
guys
myself. I was like, oh, damn, they really have some of the best wrestlers
That
in the world,
writes
and they're not
itself.
doing
It's-
anything with it.
It's stupid
How?
Vince comedy where he's, who's this El Generico guy? I don't know who that is. And then he comes out 3 minutes later as El Generico, wins the match, and then leaves. That would work.
No one put the mask back on. Let they Rey Mysterio or TJP.
He got the mask back on?
I think he's panic again.
Oh, God.
That was a horrible game.
Mr. Collison.
I'm going with Bailey with this one because it would make no sense for Ember Moon to win at this point.
Sure it would.
Which means she's going to win probably now.
Probably, I mean, dude, they just need it. Like you guys said, they haven't done anything with the women's division in a little bit here, at least on SmackDown. So, I mean, they got to do something to put somebody else in there. Hopefully, they do something with it.
All right, we'll start off with Mr. Russ. The Man versus Natalia.
Of course, Becky goes over.
Really, though?
Becky.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know this was a submission match.
Becky definitely goes over.
I did not know that.
Even though they booking the sharpshooter very strong.
Does Natalia have any other submission moves besides the sharpshooter?
She's a hurt, so it doesn't matter.
I'm
Stretch it.
That might be one of the greatest answers I've ever heard. She's a heart. It doesn't matter. Kyle, let's go to you, man.
I think Becky keeps it, but I'd love to see Natty get the belt back.
Boo.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Becky keeps the belt, but they're gonna have to do something to fire her back up, man. I felt like they
Natalia
just
and,
destroyed her.
Well,
Hey, she should go against Baron Corbin because he gave her a nice end of
yeah.
days.
Well, I'm.
no Baron Corbin.
And I was
no,
just
no
saying
Baron
that you're like, hey, Becky, they should do something, Becky,
Ever.
but like, they don't have anyone in a position to give her a meaningful feud. They can't make it up. Like there's no one that's on her level at all.
Bring Shayna up.
No one even close. So she can't have a meaningful feud. They booked themselves in a corner.
Is
now
the
that the
women's
Lacey
revolution
thing's
over?
who's left?
No.
God feels like
So, Chase, I got no argument, man. So
Yeah,
who
so
you got?
Becky.
Mr. Campbell,
Bexplex.
Mr. Thunder.
I think this is across the board, man.
Most of these are, man. That's why I'm trying to speed through this because it's been boring. Mr. Thunder, you got Becky,
You're
Yes,
telling
sir.
me.
Chase.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Zane.
We're
I'm
telling
sorry,
Randy.
Zane. I'm sorry, I got my white people mixed up. Zane.
Damn, man.
Hey, you're gonna have to get on that when you move to Texas. you're really gonna have to learn.
Hey, Kyle, so what was old boy that was the troll we had on our page?
Oh my God! I'm not even.
Hey, man.
He would find this so offensive.
He would.
He would
like,
find this.
segregated.
He's like, why aren't you guys intermingled?
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
even,
this is a very
You know
segregated,
why.
This is a segregated
wasn't
podcast.
playing.
Like, this is very segregated.
It wasn't playing.
We each have our own camera and everything.
Randy did this on purpose. He gave the black people our camera.
He did go, hey, why don't you get up and move over here? Hey, Kyle, why don't you sit over here, bro?
Hey, is it just me, or does all the black people look really, really dark in this picture, though?
Oh, you can't be seen, man. like lean more
This
towards
is
that
the
green
shitty
square.
camera.
That's why you give us the shitty camera, man.
Oh, see? Randy.
So they got the high def, and we got the other one.
Randy's premium's going up. He's like,
Reparations, man. All right, let's go.
speeding through.
For your hunky change your
Man,
mind.
Brock versus Seth. Man,
I don't care about that. I'll turn that shit off. I'm turning that shit
Paul
off.
Heyman's gonna
Thank
win.
you.
I don't
Oh my
care.
God.
I'm turning that shit off. I am not with that. That.
How you gonna turn it off? You gonna be both the wild way.
I will leave. I will leave when that match comes on.
Mr. Collison, who you got, man?
I'll be gone before you hear burn it down.
I think Brock's gonna keep the belt.
Zane.
Brock.
Yeah, Brock.
Brock.
I don't care.
Kev. Brock. Tony.
Yeah, right.
He knows. He
Right?
wants to say Seth,
So
but he
dumb.
knows.
It's
Give me
the-
Seth.
It's the worst
Okay.
angle.
He knows he
It's
lost.
the
That's
worst
why he's.
angle
put
I've
me
ever
down for
seen.
Seth.
And I'm not even being...
All right.
down for
It's the worst
Seth.
angle ever.
Mr. Thunder.
What's up?
Kofi versus Randy.
Man, if Kofi don't win, let me tell you this, man.
That'd be bullshit.
Do they pull out the NASCAR for the match?
You know, like, to me, I think this is like the way this story's been going. This is Act 3. This is it for Kofi.
Yeah.
Win or lose, this is it. He's had all these challengers come at him like, oh, you're not a real champ. He's been whooping him until he finally got to the guy that's been holding him back for 11 years. Mm-hmm. He got to beat him. The story's complete, and he loses at the next one.
Okay. Kev.
That sounds like good booking to me.
Kofi?
Kofi.
All right.
Kofi Mania continues.
Randy.
Ooh.
I can see it. I can see it.
I think they want to prolong this one, so I say Randy. Chase.
No, Kofi for sure.
Zane.
I don't say this very often. I agree with Tony Thunder.
I know you had to swallow your pride for that one, bro.
That's never happened
Mr. Collison.
in public.
Usually don't swallow my pride. You should take it all over the face.
Yeah, usually.
Never heard that joke in my life.
Holy
The
shit!
thoughts and views.
Yeah, we already lost that a long time ago.
OMR, one more round.
Only because I said 16 was consensual.
Another round? Oh,
Mr.
the feet,
Mr.
damn it.
Collison.
That was 2 years ago.
Kofi's keeping
Cheers.
the belt.
cheers.
Kofi's keeping it.
Alrighty. So let's get to the real event of the weekend. Let's talk about Takeover.
Speed through this too.
Nitty gritty.
Yeah, we've been in WWE forever, man.
Yeah,
I know. That's what
Let's
I'm
just talk shit.
It's like how long the show's gonna feel.
Speed through this
I
shit
got
so we can get
stories.
the all
I
out.
got stories to tell.
Super Slam
Get the all out, damn
Three
it.
Counts podcast right now.
Let's run through these real quick.
Are we still on the
That's what she
pre-show?
said.
We're on the
Wait,
SummerSlam. So,
This is the Knockouts 3 Counts kickoff show.
oh Jesus!
Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. Kev, I'm gonna go to you on this one first, man.
Io Shirai, because I like her new character.
Mm-hmm.
Just because. And Candace ain't won nothing.
Mr. Silver.
Yo, Shirai.
You like that hot leather, don't you?
He's a gentleman.
No, man, I
He
just
told
like her
you
name,
this.
man. What's your problem, man? I just love the name. It's a great name. Io. Come on.
What does it mean?
Just like the female, the one.
She's Jet Li.
God is that?
Mr. Collison, who you got, man? What thoughts on who you got?
I'm going with Candice LeRae on this one. I think they've been trying to make her look like a punk to Io too much. I could be wrong on that one, but that's where I'm going.
Mr. Thunder.
That's me.
That is you.
Let me get Candace wrestling on this one.
Candy wrestling.
Yes.
Mr. Chase.
Mariah.
Is that like a spin-off of Movato's thing?
I was about to say, I thought that was Movado. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to go ahead and go
Take
with.
everybody's gimmick, so I'm hurt.
Yeah, man, that's what we're doing.
Shout out to
Shawn
Movado.
Michaels right now. Can't you tell?
I'm gonna go ahead and
He's just a sexy boy.
I'm gonna go with Candice LeRae. Yeah, Candice LeRae.
Have you ever gotten a hug from Candice LeRae? Is the question.
Yes.
She turned him down, so now he hates he just hope that she wins this match.
And plus, she's from Cleveland.
You won. Give me a hug.
Wait, she from Cleveland?
No, her husband is.
No, he got
By association.
was that you or Eddie J that got a hug from Nikki Cross at NXT?
I think that was Ed.
Okay.
Well, me
I
too.
wish it was.
Oh, that
me.
was you.
I wish it
that
was.
was
I
Kyle.
got a picture with her when we were down there out the thing.
She's like 5'2".
Yeah,
I know that's
If that.
She is thicker than a motherfucker.
Dude.
Though. I'm just gonna.
I was
put that
about
out
to
there.
say.
Side note, dude.
Thicker than cold peanut butter? Think
mean-
about that.
I mean, if that's the analogy we're using, but you had NXT too, bro.
That applies to Nikki Cross. Let me get some of
Right.
that EO action.
Alrighty. The EO. All right, we're going to have another ladies match. We got Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler. I'm going to go first. Mia Yim wins the championship. I think it's about freaking time that we get
Shayna
that
get
belt
that
off of
call
Shayna.
up.
Don't hate on Shayna 2-time.
Wow.
Hater. Even though I'm gonna pick Mia Yim too.
Wait,
You're such a poser. And everything. Yeah, I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick.
I,
Mia.
I do, this might be the first time you've ever picked against Shayna Baszler.
I think
He knows
it
she about to
is.
get that call up.
Oh, poor
Ooh.
Shayna.
He has inside information.
Poor Shayna.
Yeah.
Poor
That's
Shayna.
how you think he get all the Starcast
Wait.
passes.
Dave Meltzer Jr.
Were you talking to a past
Dave
guest?
Silva.
Wait, were you talking to a past guest of our show that happens to know Shayna Baszler? Do you know something?
No, I promise.
Okay. Shout out.
Shout out to Tara. She's moving to Portland, I think it is.
Everybody
To do,
moving.
Self-defense shit.
I'd move to Portland.
Portland.
Yeah.
Nobody asked me to move to Portland.
Wait, is weed legal there?
I don't know.
Or is that Seattle?
Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Seattle AF.
Just go. It's one state over. It's one state over. They boarded. Just go over.
It's right across
go
the street. Kev, who you got? Shayna Baszler and Mia Yim.
Mia.
Good call.
Is this across the board?
I haven't seen the
Probably
build up
so.
at all. Has the build up been good?
Shayna, look, bro.
Yeah.
'Cause I used
Shayna
to be a
did
bi- I used to
fucking.
be a fan of Mia Yim.
Hey,
I used to.
Shayna got done dirty when Mia came up and fucked Jessamine and what's her face up.
Hold on.
When she got her with the locker thing and need the shit in her
That's what I'm
head,
talking
that was
about.
pretty
I
dope.
walked in the house. All I heard was surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, basically, long story short, Mia Yim's been picking off the other two members of her crew. Caught them slipping in the locker room and one when slipping in the parking lot. So, yeah, she's basically eliminated all the outside riffraff, and now she's going after Shayna Baszler one-on-one.
Cool,
so.
that's good to hear. I always like Mia's indie stuff.
I've
She's
liked
been
Mia.
grinding for like 10 years. She's been
Yeah, for
grinding.
sure.
So
Definitely.
let's see it.
Mr. Thunder.
I got Mia.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, we
Zay?
went across the board.
Mia's been grinding for a long time, but I think everything she has, Shayna's got in spades, man.
Oh.
So
I got somebody to pick
I'm
Shayna.
go with my bae.
I'm not gonna lie, that was
Shayna.
hurting my soul.
Babe,
I'm a fan of
slur.
Mia, though.
The only person in the game to hit harder than Sean Silver.
Wait, did we get everybody on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next match. We got, honestly, out of all the matches, this is the one I'm looking forward to the most.
It's a tag match, isn't it?
No. No, it's not. And Mr. Collison, we're going to start with you. We
That
got
shirt?
Roderick Strong versus Pete Dunne versus Velveteen Dream
This is
for
gonna
the
be fucking
North
awesome.
American Championship.
That's gonna be. Some
This is gonna
hard
be
hitting-
fucking awesome. First of all, but
Got rubber tickets for that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. I want to say Dream's gonna. I'm really torn. It's either
He's
Dream or
showing
Pete
his
Dunne
shirt.
for me, but I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna go wild card. I'll go Pete Dunne.
Okay.
I was gonna say Dream, but I'll just go with that one.
Mr. Campbell. I think that's
Velveteen Dream. Yeah.
Mr. Russ.
I'm going to go Roger Strong because Adam Cole says it's going to happen.
Wait,
Okay.
who said that?
Adam Cole did.
Baby.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Zane.
Mike Jones.
Who?
8-0.
281.
8004.
Don't know my girlfriend's phone number, but I remember Mike Jones' phone.
Dead ass.
Now you're single.
I know it starts with 248. I know
There's
that
no
much.
way I'm going to come on here for Devin's last show and not pick Velveteen Dream. I mean,
Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream.
Mr. Thunder.
D-R-E-A-M.
You know, man.
Last show here,
I
let
think
me
it's
clear
time they start pushing Dream towards that other title. So I think they'll take it off of him. And I think out of the two, I'm going to give it to Strong. I'm going to give it to Roddy.
I got Pete Dunne. I got a lot of respect for Pete Dunne. I think it's time. It's time.
Why
it's
else
ready.
are they bringing him to NXT?
For real.
Yeah,
exactly.
they've been building
It's
him up since he
ready.
lost that title to
It's
Walter.
time
And they
for-
made such a big deal about him leaving NXT UK to come to NXT.
Yeah.
That's why I think.
Yeah, I agree with Tony. I think it's time for Velveteen to take another step up in competition.
Please
And
give
it's
him the
time.
world title.
Pete Dunne's out here representing for the short, ugly dudes who hit hard.
Yeah.
Okay? And I need that in my life. Well, I'm out.
He hits hard.
Sorry.
Man, so shout out to Velveteen Dream for being in the trailer for 2K, man. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's
nice
dope.
little
that was-
cameo.
that was
But
dope.
I'm going with Roddy Strong, man.
Holy shit, he picked against him.
Boom.
I think no,
Wow.
I
wrote you in too
With the
quick.
shirt on and everything.
What you in too quick?
This.
go ahead and cross that out, man. Go with Roddy Strong, baby.
is. No.
The king of the backbreakers.
Undisputed
Lucky I
Era
can't
is on
walk
the,
out.
Undisputed Era is going to Expedition of Gold.
Hey, I agree with you.
Now, see, look,
Not gonna be
plot
mad if
twist.
that happens.
What's going to happen is that Superhuman going to come in the match, jump on all three of them. Yes.
For all of his juggalos and juggalettes?
Yes. Don't try this at home. Whoop,
Woo-woo.
whoop. Fucking shit!
I don't agree with that.
What
don't
the
know what
hell
that is.
just happened?
I don't know what.
We had a juggalo moment.
How dare you?
You bastard.
Superhuman's over as fuck, man.
He's over. He's going to be at GCW when
What up,
Jamila's
Brian?
farewell show. It's going to be
No,
fantastic.
shit.
Can we finish talking about SummerSlam? We can talk about GCW, please.
Yeah.
Technically,
I
we're
just
on
want to watch
NXT, but-
GCW.
All right, let's go ahead and get these last two matches out of the way. We got the Street Profits defending their tag team championships against the Undisputed Era, which is Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, a.k.a.
Red Dragon.
No, Redragon.
Oh,
It's
Redragon.
Redragon. I like
Dragon.
that.
It's Dragon again. Dragon again.
The second tries to redragon.
Mr.
But it's not the last dragon.
Mr. Campbell, we'll go with you, man.
Oh, I got you.
He likes some of the theme music.
Yeah,
Boom!
Undisputed Era. I like Street
Redragon.
Profits, but it makes more sense if they drop the titles because they can come up to Raw. Wouldn't matter anyway, the way they treat NXT talent. But yeah, I gotta see the goal around Undisputed Era again.
I agree, man. I think Undisputed Era walks with the tag team championships. Chase.
Profits.
Profits.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, I'm a
Montez
big
Ford.
I'm a big fan of the Profits. Hey,
Me
what
too.
are they
I'm a
gonna
fan
do?
of
Like,
Montez Ford.
oh,
Wife.
Undisputed Era. Like they're gonna be good
Fan of his
forever.
wife.
Like, is that how it's gonna be?
I'm all right with that. You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all right
Like,
with that.
You're
Are you all right
just
with
gonna
that?
be good forever.
I'm all right. Are you all right with
Okay.
that?
I
I'm all
have
right.
no problem with that.
Randy, are you all right with that?
Huh?
That's Randy's catchphrase, y'all.
I'm going to have to say I'm all right with that and agree with Undisputed Era.
With Randy.
Alrighty.
Dilly dilly.
Mr. Collison.
I want to say the Street Profits, but with what they've been doing with Raw and all that shit, I'm going to go Undisputed Era.
Y'all
Man.
y'all see them drinking 2% milk with Kurt Angle, man?
Hold up, let me tell y'all
Did you
this.
hear him say, "What are you, Mike and Canelo?"
That
Black?"
shit.
Hey, now check it. Look, them boys fought long and hard to get them belts, and they just got them. Y'all think they about to lose them right now just because they've been on Raw?
Yeah.
Let me
Not
get them
because they've
SPs.
been on Raw. I
Let me
just
get
think they're
SP.
losing.
Hey, man, I love the Street Profits, man, but
Let
they're
me get
off to
SP.
bigger and better things, I think.
But look,
man.
see, look.
AZ,
look,
who did
think
you
about it,
pick?
they just got the tag titles. If they lose in the Undisputed Era, what are they proving as champions?
Transitional.
They never needed them in the first. They never needed them in the first place. They're too over without the tag team titles.
Who beat them in the ball? They only had it for like 2 weeks, didn't they?
Who did beat them in the ball?
That was
It
just
was
to give them some trash.
Anthony Henry and JD Drake.
Yeah.
Kev, who you got in this match, man? I forgot. I completely forgot about that.
Dun, 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 dun.
We singing songs too now?
Boom. All right, last match. Undisputed Era once again representing, man. We got Adam Cole
Baby.
defending his championship against Johnny Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match where one stipulation in the first fall, or the second fall, I think it's the first fall, is going to be a regular match. The second was going to be a street fight. And then the third fall, if needed, will be determined by Mr. William R.
So you mean
Regal.
when it
The
happens?
man,
Submissions-
real man.
Submissions match.
You think so?
That,
Regal.
that was
It's
suck.
Regal.
That
It's
was
Regal.
suck.
It's Regal.
Wait, so who's your pick? Wait, you went first last time. Never mind.
Yeah, come back. Come back to me.
Chase.
I'm a big fan of Are you talking about Gargano and Adam Cole, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of just keeping Gargano in NXT forever.
I'm cool with that.
Keep him there forever.
Chase Burnett hates. No, Gargano hates Chase Burnett.
He does not like But I also when we seen
He wouldn't
Gargano
give you a
on
hug
Raw, oh no, we
you wouldn't give him a
Burnett
hug.
don't let him get his shit in.
we wrestled, and he was
Burnett don't let him get his shit in.
Did you tell him his dad's pizza was nasty? I said, did you tell him his dad's pizza was nasty?
No, I never said nothing like that because his dad at he was really powerful in Cleveland at one point in time. I don't know anymore.
Controlling the whole pizza industry.
Anyways, I just keep Gargano. Every time I see him on Raw, I'm like, nah. I'm like, just stay down there.
Yeah. Kev, who you got?
Do you ever really have to ask?
Baby.
Mr. Collison, who you got?
Yeah, Adam Cole's keeping it.
Baby.
Okay.
I'd like to see Johnny get the belt. I feel like he gets screwed over every time he gets a belt. But
Mr. Campbell?
Baby.
Zane?
You got to go with ending the show with all the Undisputed Era with belts again, right? Might as well do it again.
Tony?
Baby.
You know, the way my pick's been going, it wouldn't make sense to have Adam Cole win this one, the way my pick's been going. Because if you look at it, besides my pick with Roddy, UE could get called up with Shayna and a couple others looking into this, maybe Velveteen too. I'm going to get us to Gargano, man.
I'm going to pick Adam Cole,
Baby.
and I'm picking a clean sweep.
For UE.
Ooh.
No third fall. 2 falls.
I'll bet you $2 on that one. I say the third match is submission.
Shake his
You
hand.
say don't go to.
Don't
say
shake
don't
his
go
hand.
past 2.
It's going to be a
Third
unsanctioned
match is submission? That sounds horrible.
Yeah,
Yes.
because Adam Cole don't have a submission. So yeah.
But why would we go?
$2.
I'm going to submit from
2
watching
whole
that.
I
dollars.
got $1.
All right,
That's gonna
so
be-
we got
that's
about
gonna be
45 minutes,
90
man.
minutes long.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Dead air.
Everybody got.
Just say fuck it. Dead air.
So
I got a couple of anecdotes I want to tell for sure, but
I want to hear stories.
okay. Me and Sean wrestled for Beyond Wrestling a couple months ago. We went to Boston, and
Is that mine?
we have
Shout out to Beyond Wrestling.
yeah. Man, somebody should give me a drink. It'd be really nice of them. But for really,
What you got?
Captain.
Captain Coke.
So
Captain of Cocaine coming up.
so the promoter for Beyond Wrestling, Drew Cordero, me and him are really good friends.
Shout out to DC, the man, not the place.
I was like so pumped to meet Joey Janela, and Drew was telling me, listen, Joey Janela is crazy. Like he's wild. He's always on. He's his character, and I'm kind of wild too. So he's like, be careful when you two get together. So I go up to Joey and I'm like, hey, I'm Chase. It's nice to meet you. And he goes, we've met a couple times before. He's like, yeah, you're the man, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm super embarrassed, but he seems really depressed, okay? So,
Well, that's because Penelope left.
No, this is around the time,
Something to do with it.
but he's not depressed at that. My man's, he's a player. But anyways,
Dude,
he was depressed. So here's the thing. So I was like, oh, he's not crazy. I thought he was gonna be wild. He has a match. I see him later that night. I'm smoking. I'm talking to him, and I'll tell him how much he means to me and personally to I think his brand has to do with the indie wrestling boom. Like it's a big part of the indie wrestling boom because it's an alternative to anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm telling him this, and then he looks up. Yeah, I just tell him how I feel, and he looks up and he goes, he goes, too bad it's gonna be all over in October. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? This was the day that he found out that he wasn't going to be able to do indie wrestling like he thought he would because of his AEW contract. When they signed those contracts, they thought that they're going to be able to have free reign.
Right.
I mean, obviously besides their, contracted dates, but it ended up being
A business.
Exclusive?
But
I mean,
a real
exclusive?
exclusive.
Yeah, but
a
I
real
mean,
exclusive
are
thing.
you really surprised by it though? Only reason I say that
a
is
little bit. Let me just finish real quick, Kyle, because I just wanted to bring out. I just wanted to say that he was down. He was sad the whole day because he loves indie wrestling, and he wanted to be an independent wrestler. Like the AEW contract is great, but that's why he was sad all day because he's like, damn, I'm not gonna be a real indie wrestler anymore.
And see, here's my thing about it. Like, if I'm running AEW and I'm having weekly shows on TV, I'm gonna let guys work the independent scene so that they bring those views over. There's a lot of guys out there that only watch certain brands and hate WWE specifically. I mean, there's some people.
Me.
Yeah,
I think they're mostly worried about injuries.
Yeah, for
That's a
sure.
big
Especially a
factor
guy
for
like
sure.
Janela.
Yeah.
Plus, that's fair when you consider they're getting ready to do the whole TV thing.
I get it.
I mean, you can't
I
fucking
get
have.
it, but they thought something else when they signed the
Right,
contract.
sure.
That's
I
all.
hear you. No, I hear you.
I just wanted to give that anecdote. I just wanted to say that Janela's the real deal, and he loves indie wrestling on a real deep personal level. And it's not all fun and games when you guys signed that contract. Remember that.
Bulu boy.
That's right. Now, we had a really good time at AEW and, like, blew up on Twitter. And, like, Chris Hero mentioned me on Twitter because he was watching me wrestle live. And that, like, meant so much to me. He was, like, my idol when I was growing
Man,
up.
Chris Hero's good people.
For the
man.
Beyond Wrestling to the anniversary show is what he's.
Yeah, we saw a guy at Evolve named Cassius Ono that really looked like Chris Hero, man. But,
Looks like him.
You guys had Josh Briggs on, right?
Similar moves.
we did.
He enjoyed my great
Briggs
heels.
is big in wrestling, too.
but yeah, I didn't hear any of that story. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's all good. I just was, you'll hear it. I was saying, Janela's the man. That's all I was saying.
okay, yeah, that was a great story.
Thank you.
So since
Segue.
I could start shooting. Are we
what you got?
Since Chase brought up Janela and all that stuff, what are your guys' thoughts as we're going into All Out and all the stuff that's coming with that? Anybody?
I'm
know?
pumped. I'm pumped for it. The last show, I'm going to be honest with you, there was another indie wrestling show going on same time as that last Fight for the Fallen or whatever that last.
It was the
AEW
Evolve show.
Okay, I was we watched it. We watched a little bit of that Evolve show. Oh, on the network, right? That AEW show kind of turned me off. It really did.
Really?
That last one? Yeah, I was like, damn, what
Fight
am
for
I
the
watching?
Fallen?
Let me tell you something.
I like the arena though.
Kenny Omega, he needs to change his style for America. It's not working with that SEMA match. Like, there's no reason to do a 22-minute match with SEMA right now. He's in his 40s, dude. Like, you could have did that sooner. Like, the show just dragged. Everybody wants to get their stuff in, but you can do it at a shorter time.
You know what my favorite thing about AEW right now is? Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
I enjoy
amazing.
MJF. Everything about MJF.
What was that look for,
He's a great
Devin?
character.
Yeah,
Was that-
MJF.
Why? What was that look for? When he said Luchasaurus, you just.
Oh
got
no,
the
we were
most-
passing notes
Are
back
you
and forth.
throwing shade at Luchasaurus, Devin?
No, I love Luchasaurus.
Thank you for
man.
the drink, Devin.
I was a Luchasaurus fan back in Lucha Underground days, man.
Wait.
So we got indie wrestlers here. This is a conversation I know me and Kyle have had. I want to get everybody in on
I'll
this.
tell you
one.
anything.
So
I know how big.
Did we
Batista's
tell him
dick
how
is?
we got pulled over on the way to the studio, Kev?
We will though.
Please, today?
Nobody heard what he
Swear to
said.
God.
Really?
It's too
You
much.
hear what he said?
It's too much to keep up with.
We have the same headphones.
We'll give the story. Kev and I both thought we were going to jail.
He caught it.
Today?
I said, damn, I just got clear it.
I missed
about
all
to
that.
say.
When he took both of our IDs and then got all.
I said, I'm in the passenger seat. Why you took my ID?
You had
Wait.
to. You had to ask.
you know why? Come
You
on.
had to ask.
But no.
I know why.
So me and Collins have had this discussion. I want to get everybody else's thoughts on this. So everybody's talking about how AEW, WWE, AEW,
Not
WWE,
yet.
right? I say it's too soon. What I think the real conversation is that what is the impact? And this might have been what you were talking about before.
Impact.
What is the impact? What is the impact of AEW on companies like Impact, Ring of Honor, your PWGs, your indie promotions that they basically lost a lot of their talent to AEW and they're going to be competing with them. So what is, in your mind, how is AEW going to affect those companies, not WWE?
I recently posted an article. Recently, go to my page, Chase Burnett, on Facebook, about this exact thing. Okay, indie wrestling is not dying at all. The only thing that's dying is WWE. The only thing that's dying is WWE. Period.
But is it really dying?
No, you guys know. You guys can say, "Oh, they're not dying." Like, cool, they're not dying because they make $500 million, but like,
Right.
they made $700 million before. Like, is this gonna keep going down, guys? Like, are they dying? Look at the attendance. Like, what? Like, who am I trying to convince, guys? Most of the publicity is bad publicity. What I'm getting in at, I'll tell you some indie guys right now
Thanks, Collison.
I'll tell you some indie guys right now that you will know in 4 months. Tony Deppen is the man. You guys are going to hear about him soon. He's a crazy heel, just a really great heel. Alex Zane, he's an insane stunt man. Dan Makabe, he's an awesome technical guy. Look at anybody booked in Bola for this year. indie wrestling's not dying. Beyond Wrestling drew 1,300 people 2 weeks ago in a state that they don't normally draw in because indie wrestling's not dying, guys.
Not at all.
I don't know what's happening in Michigan, but in Ohio, last weekend I watched. I'm just telling you the truth. Last weekend I watched me and Sean. I watched indie wrestling all day. I watched 4 shows last weekend live because of the indie wrestling boom in Ohio. AEW. We're talking 600 people drawn for a show. We watched a show in Indiana for this tournament. 600 people at this show. We're only a state over, dude. I don't know what's going on, but indie wrestling isn't dying.
Well, okay, maybe indie wasn't the word I wanted to use.
I guess what he was saying was like...
So WWE is number 1. Let's say AEW is going to be number 2. But those 3, 4, and 5 companies,
it's great for them because AEW is making people more
better.
aware that there are alternatives out there. So people are looking for more things besides WWE.
I think people are going to start looking at Impact.
So they're going to be looking at, and it's a good thing too that these AEW people are well known for traveling and working in many other places because people are going to find that out when they look them up on Google. You know what I'm saying? All AEW is doing is making people aware, there's more stuff out there than, Vince McMahon.
Well, only issue about Impact is no one seems to have their channel.
I agree.
Twitch, what's
hey,
Impact?
but Twitch is failing right now. Yeah. Who knows who's in the Twitch community? Yeah. You know that it's going down right now. It's on a downhill slope.
Really?
Yeah.
But I think it's
going to.
I think it will actually
people.
benefit Impact because you will now have complete counterculture from what everything AEW has been saying for the most part. They're not trying to be completely different to WWE, but they are going to be programming to, from what they've said, more hardcore 30-plus adult guys that are the ones, we are the ones that go out to the stadiums, we're the ones that pay for the shirts, we're the ones that pay for the networks.
The smarks are taking over the casuals.
They're going to go for us, but there's another type of fan that actually doesn't care about what WWE does and what doesn't care what AEW does, and they're going to look, okay, let me look at this Impact. Oh, okay, I kind of like this thing, and they're going to start looking for Impact. So I think it actually is better for everybody.
Not Impact.
I think it's
I don't think that's the case.
Such a tarnished brand, even though it's called Impact now.
I know.
It's such a tarnished brand. Anytime I hear it, I just fucking cringe. Well, I don't even want to talk about it.
Here's my thing about it. Like, if you think that the 30-plus audience, the so-called smarks, are really running the wrestling surplus, you couldn't be any more wrong. Because if you look at WWE, you look at all of these names that the 30-plus smarks are all behind. Why they're not buying the shirts or getting after these guys to push these guys is not as big as you would think. Like, if you look...
Kids and women.
Kids and women, that's the biggest audience for WWE. Like, if you look at the bigger scale, the guys like Roman that's still on top because he's selling hella shirts, even though most guys that watch the independent scene can't stand him, he's still selling hella shirts, more than some of our favorites. You know what I mean? Like, there's a whole nother audience of wrestling that people don't really pay attention to, which is the women and children. Oh, we got a phone call.
Are you doing a pocket dial, Tony?
Who this is?
I like that song, dancing to it.
Surprise.
Uh-oh.
Hello, thank you for calling Knockouts and Thinkhouse. How may I help you?
We were just talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mr. Movado.
Oh, what's happening?
We were just talking about you.
It's Heidi Katrina.
His voice modulator's messing up, y'all.
Heidi, be quiet, guys. It's Truth Martine.
Oh my, that's a great truth. That's a great
truth. That is
impression.
Holy
What's
Devin McKenzie.
Oh, he's about to blackball you.
what's going on, Truth?
I hear Devin's leaving. What's happening?
Yeah. I tried to write a book like you, man. Didn't do too well, man. So I got to go elsewhere, man.
When you're a life intervention expert like me, things happen, man. They just happen.
Oh my God.
So here's the creepy thing. I really feel like I'm talking to Truth Martini right
now. Brother, that is damn good. That is damn good.
I want to ask questions about Jay Lethal right now. What's going on, brother, man?
What's up, guys?
Man, hey, appreciate you calling in, brother.
Oh, man, I just got done with class, so I apologize I wasn't able to call in or get into the studio earlier, but I'm literally just finishing up and locking the doors.
Nice. Who got the title tonight?
So I just wanted to check in and see how y'all are doing on this fine podcast.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. I know you say you just got done with the class for tonight. Who got the title tonight?
Yeah, well, that's at the end of each week.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, since Thursday is the last day of the class for the week, at the end of that class is what we when we announce the champion. So right now they're still all fighting it out,
nice.
Trying to show up and show out so that they can be considered for the title on Thursday night.
Oh,
man. Well, for people that don't know, this is the Mysterious Movado, great friend of the show, man. He's probably been on the show more than anybody. It's probably like him and Maneve. Probably like Ty.
I was going to say Maneve.
Him and Maneve are like neck and neck.
I've been waiting for in the mail. I was told I was going to get a 5-timers jacket.
So
some members only.
Yeah. Yeah, so the way my pockets is working right about now, man, I might be able to get you a patch. How about that?
They deep. I'll take it.
Man, so what
coming up, social media?
Yeah, what you got coming up?
Oh, man, big busy weekend here. We got Championship International Wrestling on Friday. They've got a big event out in Jonesville, Michigan. They're going to do a nice little thing for, I think, a sober living facility. So that's going to be a nice event. Saturday, we've got Metro Pro Wrestling in Wyandotte. So that should be a good time. We've got Mysterious Movado, myself facing Isaiah Bronner.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
That should be a good matchup. First time ever. And then on Sunday, we've got, I just regained my International Big Time Wrestling Heavyweight title at the 20th anniversary of the Gathering of the Juggalos. So this Sunday, I will be representing IBW at L Club in Southwest Detroit, and I will be defending my newly won title.
Definitely. That's what's up, man. And let me just say, man, since we got you on the line, man, and I got to express my feelings to Chase and Zane here. I want to thank you, man, for being on the show as many times as you have been. We never, we needed a guest, and you came in and looked out for us, man. And you definitely embraced me and Kyle and the whole crew here, and almost felt like we're part of the family, man. So I really appreciate you and what you've done for the show and being a friend.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure. You guys have been such a blast to talk to hang around, to see at the events. You're always such a big supporter. You always get, you have a lot of knowledge about wrestling and the sport and just entertainment in general. So it's always fun to kick it, I feel like we got a lot to talk about, and, it's going to be a shame you got to move out of the way, but listen, man, it's bigger, better things. You got to do your thing, so.
And the show ain't going nowhere yet, so.
Yeah.
Why you say
You know what I mean? Like, you got to do your thing, so. Much love for that. So it's been my pleasure.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. And, anytime that I'm in town, man, BCWA is running, or if I can catch a show with you or any of the guys, man, I'll definitely peek my head in there a little bit.
For sure, man. I always got a spot in the spaceship for you.
That's the champ.
Wait, can I get a shotgun?
Champ.
Can I get a shotgun? I might have to fight some people for that.
And we got Area 51 coming up where they coming to raid it, too. So make sure you be safe out there.
Yeah, listen, man. Those are like my homies out there. That was like a layover for me. I didn't have to stay too long. But, yeah, we got some good people out there.
Hey, real quick, man, you know what you got coming up at BCWA in a couple weeks?
BCWA, well, I'm the Alliance champion, so I think they're going to throw some kind of, multi-human matchup at me, I believe. Actually, I'm sorry. Off the top of my head, I don't recall who will be involved in that match.
It's going to be me.
I believe Jack Price will be involved in that match, if I'm not mistaken.
Barry Slammers is in every Alliance
and
match.
I've really been looking forward to kind of lock it up with him, other than in a couple of tag team matches that we've done. So it should be fun.
Definitely. Mr. Collis, you got anything for the Mysterious Movado?
I mean, you already hit all the other ones, but since we were talking about AEW for a hot minute, what are your thoughts now that it's up and running as we go into All Out?
Oh, man, I'm super excited to see where it goes. I mean, this TV situation, I think that's really going to be the game changer. Pay-per-views, are one thing, and they've already shown that they can produce a really slick pay-per-view and do some great things, elevate a lot of people that maybe might not have gotten the spotlight otherwise. So it's nothing but good. And then when you look at this TV situation, I mean, that's really getting a lot of news. That's getting a lot of press. I think it's very exciting that we could, finally once again have another, on real TV, like where it's not hard to find it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty excited for that, for sure.
So what are your thoughts on what it does to the indies? Because we were talking about Joey Janela a little bit earlier about how they were talking about how once October comes that they're not going to be able to take the indie bookings and any of that. What do you think it does for the indie?
I mean, the indies will be just fine, man. It just creates more spots.
That's
right
Absolutely.
as we speak, I'm getting done with, we've got 12 students in my class right now.
Wow.
Wrestling schools across the nation are pumping out students left and right. There's more wrestlers now in pro wrestling than has ever been in the business in history.
And good ones.
And good ones, because it's more accessible. People are applying their craft, better. It's more innovative. There's more exciting things. So, I mean, like, honestly, will some of this people not be at the shows? So, yes, there will be an immediate drop-off of some of the quote-unquote indie star power. But all that means is that it's time for the next, generation to step up and create those new stars. And they're all there. They're all there. It's just a matter of who's getting the spotlight to be shine on them,
Definitely. And before you called in, Tony, you were saying you had a point that you wanted to make, man. Did you finish your point?
I don't remember what it was. I'm just here.
And you know what, Tony? This is why on August 31st, for UWF, you and I, we're going to have a little bit of a fight.
What?
Because if you can't even remember what you were talking about, right? Like, that just tells me that I need to scoop you up, drop you on your noggin for a little greetings from Planet Detroit action.
Do it.
We'll see.
Shots fired.
1, 2, 3.
Well, don't confuse confusion of a situation with lack of being ready for you. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
I've been watching a lot of E.T. I've been watching Independence Day. I watched Men in Black 4 times. I watched the third Men in Black twice even.
Don't watch the new one.
But did you watch Earth Girls Are Easy?
Now see. I've been
ready.
I've been ready to Naruto run straight to them alien cheeks to clap them. So just know I'm more than ready.
All right. Rumble, young man, rumble.
And wait, what day is that? August 31st?
Yes, sir.
August 31st for UWF. I believe that's in Niles, Michigan, I believe.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I got it right. What do you know?
I think it may be Buchanan. Niles or Buchanan. I'm confusing myself.
Buchanan, yeah.
But it's like 10 minutes away from each other, so.
One of those places where
like
nobody knows where the hell
if you
they
know
are.
that one city, you'll know the other.
I was going to say, I'm not going to say I know either of those because I don't.
GPS take you out the way anyway.
Real talk. For real. Every time I use GPS anymore, it fucks up.
Recalculating.
Rerouting.
Man. I don't know what else to fucking talk about, man. What's on your mind, Chase? What you got?
Everything. I'm ready, bro. One thing. Never mind. See, I got too much liquid courage in my brain.
Man, go ahead, get you some more of that podcast juice and say what you want to say, man.
No, we good. What you guys got to say? Hey, one thing I noticed is all the guy is Movado still on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Chase is already calling his comeback match.
I mean, what?
I'm just kidding. I'm a good guy. I messaged Movado.
He was taking shots at Movado.
No, I messaged Movado after I worked one of his students. My last match, actually, I worked with one of his guys, TJ Mercer, and I messaged him to let him know, hey, this guy got good positioning. He had good ideas.
I've heard good things about TJ Mercer.
He really is. I mean, I didn't give him the easiest shine. I have a crazy, when it comes to ring positioning, I have a crazy shine. So, but he was down. Yeah, my moves are ridiculous. But no, one thing I did want to talk about is real shit though. Like when me and Sean were coming up, we were just talking about this the other day. Like we were noticing a lot of like the guys in Michigan, like they go out of the way to post like, hey, like I have all these dates open. It'll be like I know you guys have seen it.
Oh,
It'll be
my
like,
God.
I have all these dates open. It's
I've
like
noticed
you all
that
have
too.
the same dates open. You know what I'm saying? Because you're all working the same shows. And it's like, well, when we were coming up, when we were getting trained, it was like, hey, you have to go out of your way to find the promoters.
Yeah.
And be like,
Message
hey,
them, help
I
set
will,
up,
I
help
will
tear
come
down,
out for
talk-
the show, for the opportunity and stuff. And nowadays, it's like, oh, hey, here's all my dates. Someone bring me out and like pay my trans. Like,
You know what's
dude,
funny
if
is
you don't
that-
got, if you're not getting booked, I'm not gonna pay you to come out to my show. Like,
guys
what are you talking about?
guys like Bob Evans and Rudy Gonzalez really hate that. They shit on it all over Facebook, and it really took into perspective to see guys like that talk about it. And like, okay, you go on Facebook and you say, "Hey promoters," all caps with the exclamation
Exactly.
point.
I know who.
Hey
we're talking about the
promoters.
same humans.
The same news. Hey, promoters, got these dates open looking to fill them, and they post it on Facebook. But see, nowadays, you'll actually get people who are like friends of them or in their little circle or whatever. Like, oh,
Right, well,
book this guy on this
right.
date, and they'll
Well, I've
share
seen
the post
Movado-
for him.
I've seen Movado post, hey, like, oh, I lost a booking, like, tag promoters for me.
Yeah.
But other guys will post their full calendar and be like, I don't have any bookings. Will you take me out of state and pay me trans? I know some guys who, because I know Mike Blackwell, who would just straight up like $50. Like, hey, back in the day, like me and Sean, like the reason why I got the bookings I did is because I went out for the opportunity, brother. I didn't go out for the $50.
Showed up with your gear,
I showed
helped
up and I
out.
said, "What's up?" You know.
But see,
Movado,
like-
what are your thoughts on
What
it?
happened? What happened?
I don't know, man. I think it's. I think it really just has to do more with people depending on the internet, like people depending on
Technology.
Facebook to do half of the work for them. Instead of really, kind of getting out and investing the time and kind of the sweat equity that you need to like build yourself a brand. I think sometimes guys get real comfortable because they have, let's say, a handful of fans that go to maybe a circuit, maybe, you know what I mean, of the
Yes.
shows, and then all of a sudden they get real lazy in terms of what shows come their way, and then they just feel like it should be handed to them. Whereas when I came up, like as you were saying, you really had to search and find your way. And like I've got people coming up to me, like there was people at the gathering of the Juggalos this past weekend that came up to me and they were asking me, oh, Movado, man, like I see you doing it and I see you going to Mexico, man, and I need to know, like, how do I get there? And I'm like, well, you want me to give you my promoter's contact? Like, what are you asking? You have to like earn it yourself. I mean, my road to Mexico is not the same as Isaiah. Shane Mercer's road to Mexico was all different
Shout out to
contacts,
the Iron
all
Demon.
different ways.
Hell yeah.
And so it's all different, man. So I don't know. Again, I think really it comes down to laziness. But the internet is a good tool, and I'm not lying. I have done that sometimes where, look, I'm having a struggle filling 2 or 3 dates. I might put it out there, and you never know. It has resulted in bookings before, but it's definitely not something that you should count on,
Well, no, I think the problem also is promoters. Like a lot of these promoters don't come from a wrestling background and know the business.
No, they're
or-
Facebook promoters anyway, and then they
Right.
won't even sponsor their ads on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's a good.
I'm not.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say a name, but there was a promotion. I'm not gonna say even what area it was in. There's a promotion I went to, and there's guys that was working for this promotion that was like, "Oh man, this guy's really good. Get him in here." Like guys know that I'm better than them because they're new and look up to me and that kind of stuff. And I went to this promotion, helped set up the ring, ran merch tables at the end of the night, helped tear down the ring. The next day, I went to the promoter. Hey man, I came to your show and I would really like to own my craft there. Did all the things you're supposed to do and taught to do. I got pretty much kayfabed. Like, oh yeah, we'll talk soon. Then soon became, hey man, what's up? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you here, man. Promise. And it just kept going. It's like, what is this? And I see guys with the same thing, like you just said, Jason. Guys get on Facebook and say, hey,
I'm talking about 3 months of a calendar.
well, no. Because like, there's a difference between like, hey, I lost a booking, or hey, I got a date right quick,
Right.
versus, hey, here's my schedule for the whole year. I'm trying to get it filled up. You know what I mean? Like, there's a huge difference between the two.
And I tell I'm not trying to cut you off, but I tell the guys that I'm close with that look to me, hey, I know it is important to fill your dates up, but it's also important to be ready to jump on a show that's around the
Get out
area to
there.
go help out. Like,
Yeah.
you remember when
Yeah, yeah.
ROH just came to Grand Rapids? People were begging on Facebook, someone come help us.
Yeah, I was there helping.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
me and
Tony.
Mongo were there, and we were like trying to get people there. Nobody was stepping up to come out.
Insane.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, he messaged me. I think I was going to Chicago for the Bellator fight that weekend. He was like, "Man, come to Grand Rapids, man. You can help. Pull streamers out of the ring and stuff." I'm like,
Anything.
man, that'd have been great. But like I was already going to Chicago, man. But yeah,
So don't try to. It sounds crazy, but don't try to fill your dates up all the time. Like if you know Evolve's coming in 3 months, maybe leave that date open so you can come help out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's not like they don't post when they're coming. It's that kind of stuff. You
I
know?
mean, I've seen
agree.
Karam out there ripping shit up at the last couple of Evolve shows we've been, as far as
Right.
like setting up the ring and putting chairs. And, all
And
that stuff,
shout out to him. I think he has a great head on his shoulders.
definitely.
And I wouldn't just say that for real. I talked to him backstage, and he's always open for input. And he's that guy's a great guy.
Really humble, man.
He's super humble.
And it's the thing about Karan, man. Like, he's got the look. When you see that guy, you're like, oh, that's a wrestler, right?
yeah,
for sure.
it's like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but when you talk to him, man, he's like the most humble guy. I don't know, that might be ruining,
No, he is.
story, but he's the most humble.
Kayfabe, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh, there's
man.
plenty
Him
of
and
humble
the
guys
Death
out
Threat
there.
Army, man, they go around destroying everybody, man. But no, seriously, man, he's just a cool guy. So let me
He's a
say.
beast. He's the Wahash.
Well, let me say this, man, and this is just like my experience, like I said, working with guys here at BCWA behind, being behind the scenes and getting to know all the guys in the area. It's weird when you watch wrestling and you see all these guys, they play these different roles, but when you get to know them, man, for the most part, they're all just like good people, man.
Except me.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody.
Except Tony Thunder.
Yeah,
Biggest
I'm
heel
a
is
piece of
Michigan.
shit on
I don't
purpose.
know, man. Like I feel like it's like with anything else, right? I mean, it's like with any job, you get a wide variety of people that are congregated at this area, and
Right.
everyone's got that common love, that common passion. I think that links everyone together. So there's like a certain understanding there and a certain level of comfort, and even trust, I'll say.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like anything else, though. I mean, there's dickheads in wrestling.
True.
Right. I think 12 years ago, like in wrestling, like the dickheads were like some of the better wrestlers. But
Cool
now-
kids.
Right. But
or
now-
like if there was
but
like
now-
a clique of dicks.
Right.
That would like.
Oh, F you. But nowadays, like the good guys are good wrestlers too. Like
Yeah.
all the nice humble guys are good wrestlers. Back in the day, I swear, like
all
the
the
good,
assholes.
they were
that-
assholes. The
I
good
think
wrestlers were.
that kind of came with like
There's
the
only so
veterans
many-
trying to protect.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were
There's
trying to
only
protect
so many
the business.
spots back then.
Yeah, and
Now it's
nowadays
like-
it's just like, oh well, I know this guy sucks, but we'll welcome him in and trying to help him out. Back in the day, it was like, oh, you suck, get out of here.
Nowadays, it's about being a good brother. You need to be a good brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, so let me get Kevin and Kyle involved in here, man. So,
Ask anything, I'll tell you the truth.
well, shit, there you go, man. Open invite. You got
Anything about wrestling, I'll tell you the truth.
I shall return.
Well, the question I was going to ask.
How's the real Tony Thunder?
I liked working with Tony for sure.
door so
In
you
the
can talk
ring,
about him
outside the ring.
He turned heel on the beer.
He did turn heel on the bear. But no, the question I was going to ask you two is, man, like, you guys don't get to come out to as many as the events as we do. Life happens or whatever.
I gotta make money.
Yeah.
I'm married.
Got to pay the bills. But in these 2 years that we've been doing the show, the different experiences that we had, what are some of the things that you've learned, watching, being involved, doing these interviews, having guys like Zane and Chase and Movado come on the show? What are some of the things that you two have learned or experiences that you didn't think you would ever have, doing this show, man?
Well, with me, I realized you guys just don't be afraid to just go at it. You see somebody you want to talk to, just talk to them. Because
Right.
they going to. I didn't think Cassius was going to sit there and actually talk to us when we was at the Vaughn show. He sat there actually whole conversation with us.
Right.
So it was I know, like, if I see somebody, like, I need, like, okay, this person might not talk to me, like, just go out there and talk to them. And they'll talk.
Unless the Trish Stratus.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm going to say something.
I kind of think kind of a similar thing, just learning more of especially the guys local in the area, just how approachable everybody is and how everybody really is, like, welcoming. Because, I mean, I've said it before, we've all been made fun of for loving wrestling.
Yeah.
Somebody's always made us trying to feel bad for loving something that we've all probably grown up since we were like 2 or 3 years old. And it is a very niche thing in entertainment, but it is something that we all love. And to be around other people that love it, to me, has always been a great thing. Like I took my girlfriend to a wrestling event, and she had a completely different mindset of what it might be. And she's like, everybody's really happy and everything. I'm like, of course. I'm like, this is family. You mean that guy across the bar? I don't know him, but if we love the same wrestler and he wins, we're gonna hug each other. Like that's just how it is.
Don't hug me if you see me out at a bar and you see somebody who I know when to win. Don't come hug me.
So you saying the person you was next to when Kofi won, you didn't hug him?
I was by my well no. I was like that situation was, I don't even remember what happened. I don't remember much. The only thing that's been running through my mind is August 31st. And
oh my god.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, like when Kofi won, I hugged somebody. I don't even know who the hell that was. But when Kofi won, I hugged somebody because
me too.
Hey, when was it bar show? I high five some random guy because Ella Cole said "baby," we all said "baby." I high five. I didn't even know who he was.
That's wrestling, man. That's the beauty of wrestling.
Man, Kyle, man, we got what 4? We got 3 wrestlers here. 4. Another wrestler on the phone.
I'll tell you anything real about wrestling.
Any questions, man? Any experiences that you've had in these 2 years we've been doing the show, man?
Honestly, man, like in a lot of ways, it's cool for me because originally, before I started working with kids with disabilities and things like that, broadcasting really was what I wanted to do. Like I was going to school for journalism, and then that changed just because of work and life and all that shit. And then the podcast, kind of fell into my lap, and then to like sit and think about it. We talked about it when we found out about StarCast yesterday. Like the fact that I can actually sit back and say, and point to somebody and say, hey, look at what we've been doing, and say, we've had Booker T, we've had Bruce Pritchard, we've had Eric Bischoff, most of the guys who are worth anything.
Miles Jury.
We've had
ABC.
So many people on the show.
Tony Thunder.
Except
we'll have more time for her.
But anyway,
we actually did have time for her.
Like
one show,
just getting to interview some of the guys that we've watched growing up, and then like you guys said, to like actually get to be cool with some of the guys in the area and get to see things that as a wrestling fan you probably wouldn't. Right. Like, Kong looking out for us and bringing us in when Movado wrestled Fulton over there at BCW and all that stuff. That was cool. Like
shout out to Congo Kong.
Right.
Definitely.
So like
yeah,
just
big shout out, man. Big shout out to Kong. What a true professional and what an amazing athlete.
Seems like he's always looking out.
He's been with us since day one, dude, and like
he's a good brother.
Yeah, like he's looked out for us a ton, and like I guess like for me, it's just cool to actually, even if I never get to wrestle a match, to get to do some of those things and get to interview some of the guys we've gotten to. It just makes me excited for what's going to come with the future, especially with us getting ready to go to Chicago like that. I mean, when we started this, I know none of us thought that we were going to be doing half the shit we've done.
Kevin said
another
the last
cool
2
one.
Episodes.
I knew.
Right. Well, another cool one, though, was the one that we just did recently. For Evolve to look out like that and send us Theory and then to send their opponent to Mikey and just to get to do that stuff and be, like, remotely a part of something that was on the network. Like, to think that something that just started as Let's Fuck Around.
Humor Tornado, Shane Taylor.
Right,
Shouts out to those guys, too.
And Shane Taylor is another one. He's been cool as shit to us since Jump, too. And he's looked out multiple times with us, too. So, I mean, like I said, just getting to do that stuff and be around something that we all grew up loving like that, it's really cool.
And we're going to miss Devin.
Man.
He ain't going nowhere.
Final thoughts?
Well, to Texas, but still.
Go ahead, man. Let him get the floor.
Man, I'm sorry, man.
What a great guy. What a great guy.
I've never seen a man this big cry.
That's not true, man. You saw me cry with Kofi one, man.
That's true.
That's true.
Are we gonna finally get the sizzle? I mean, are we gonna?
The steak is gone,
man.
Right?
It's done.
Man, man.
I'll interject. I don't want to say Went to high school together. Didn't know each other in high school.
we did. I'm like, we went to high school. I know you were there.
I
bro.
didn't know you. You wouldn't talk to me.
I didn't recognize him.
Because you were tall and you thought he was hard.
I just thought he was a big ass 13-year-old.
No, he was mad. He was mad his whole school
was,
experience because he wouldn't get a hug from his favorite female wrestler.
Trish Stratus won't hug me. Fuck this.
He just walked around with big clothes. I just thought he was a big ass,
I thought he was a teacher assistant.
I thought he was a teacher's son or some shit.
I just remember
He had the same Kango on.
I just remember being in the back of the class.
That's not true. It's not true.
But,
I used to wear wave caps back then, sir.
Oh, those days are gone.
But they coming back.
Walking around with the Walkman on.
Advancements.
But I reached out to you about 2.5 years ago now because I knew you were a fan of wrestling like me, and it's a very small fandom of us that is vocal about it too.
Right.
And I reached out to you because I was looking to hang out with some other wrestling fans because a lot of my friends, they dip their toe in, but they're not a fan of it like I am. They don't watch it weekly, and listen to all the other stuff. So I reached out to you, and you're like, yeah, come hang out with us. We're at Bailey's in the basement. I'm like, who's Bailey? And then start coming out, hanging out. And you become a friend of mine and somebody that I honestly, I wish you all the best in Texas. I hope you get to transfer back here in 2 years being a line production supervisor and shit, making $92 an hour and shit. But thank you for
Sugar Daddy
introducing me to podcasting, which is something I do now, not just here, but in my other show. But it's something other people have now reached out to me because they want to come and do it. And I feel like when I reached out to you and like, how you do this podcasting thing? How long you been doing it? So now it's just like a trickle down effect. So you really did help me. That I'm now, bringing other people on in the podcasting. So I'd like to say thank you.
That's awesome, man. Respect.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Well,
Oh man, are we going to do
we're
this?
doing this.
Yeah, it's that time.
We're doing
that
this.
time.
Who wants to make Devin cry next?
Go ahead.
I got $5 and we can make his big ass cry.
All right, I got this.
In the last 3 years, I really say you really became my brother. My big brother.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying, even though I'm older than you, still my big brother.
You're not that much older than me, man.
About 6 months.
Couple months
Are we
older.
counting months now?
Still older than him.
Shut up, youngin.
You gotta be 30 to talk in this conversation, boy.
Hey, he's living his fresh young life in his 20s.
That guy is so youthful in his 20s.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I try to make the most of them, bro. I know they ain't here forever.
No, they're not.
Hope the best for you and your future endeavors.
He's fired up.
How did nobody else think about? How did nobody else think of that
I
shit?
just got future endeavor. God.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's a good thing.
With myself getting to know Devin, I remember the first time I met him, and I said the same thing. That's a big brother.
He ain't 60. He's 62.
So I thought the same thing. I'm like, instantly, I got a big brother. Nice. No, but hey, man, kill it, bro. Out there, do your thing. Really happy to have met you. Happy to help out with the podcast and I will whatever you need in the future. Let me know. And yeah, I know you're gonna kill it with whatever you do, Mr. No Sizzle.
That's right.
Appreciate you, man.
Better give him about some Texas bookings.
Hey, I know Kenny's still down there, man. I'll start working my way through there just like I did up here.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, tag a brother.
Definitely.
For the most part, bro, we met through Eddie J. Shout out to Eddie J.
Shout out to Eddie J.
Shout out
man.
to Eddie motherfucking J.
No.
Eddie J is actually the one that got me back into wrestling because I had started watching it for a while, man. So about 2012, 2013, man, we started working at GM together, man. He's the one that kind of pulled me back in. So honestly, if it wasn't for him, man, I probably wouldn't be watching wrestling at all right now.
It's a super shout out to Eddie J, man.
Go ahead, man.
Just for the most part, man, it's been a crazy ride, man. It's been a crazy experience. I still haven't got poured on water. I still haven't had water poured on me.
We haven't had our damn bets paid.
Hey, it's a nice warm day, man. We can go ahead and pay off the one from 2 years ago right now.
Let's do it.
Tonight.
I'm gonna do it tonight.
Tonight.
I'm gonna do it tonight. We'll go live on Facebook, and I'll do my water challenge tonight.
So he finally admits that he lost. Holy shit!
I never said I didn't lost. I was just upset with some things that weren't changed from the actual.
I downloaded the Willow Water
again, so you might as well.
Yeah,
Use their Wi-Fi.
What's up?
I'm about to download, but go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Man, for the most part, man, I just want to thank y'all for bringing me on. You and Kyle both. been doing it for a minute, and I saw where I could help out. Like, hey man, let's do this together. And they was like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it sounds like Collison.
Who was I came in initially as a guest.
You came on as a guest, and Devin and I had a brainstorming situation at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, I think it was like you,
after disclaimer.
It was like you, Sean,
Tyler.
No, it was Sean Tyler, and then who was it? Guys from
Sean Tyler.
Damn it, I can't. It was two MMA guys.
Oh no, it was Finn Balor and Manib.
Tyler Manib. Yeah.
Finn Balor and Manib.
Okay. Yeah.
And we came in here, man. It was a fun experience, man. Just being here and
next door.
The atmosphere, the environment.
I got a
it
call
looks professional as shit in here on camera.
Him. Did you hear the show tonight? No.
I said,
listen to the show and call.
It got fun. It started getting fun. We started getting more guys, and we started getting.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello.
God,
you
is
hear
that
me?
you?
Oh, okay. I was wondering how long y'all mother was going to leave me sitting on hold and why I have to listen.
Oh yeah, we had another caller come in.
Congo Kong, ladies and gentlemen, Congo Kong in the building. What's going on, brother?
Look at Devin. Look at him.
Eating dinner and drinking beer. watching
Hey, at least I answered
in
it.
the face on the UFC.
What's up?
Nice.
What's up, Kong?
Nothing.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in and wish you well, Devin. Hope
right.
you do what you do down in Texas, but don't stay. You know,
Right,
where home
right.
is. And in the meantime, I expect you other guys, Tony and Kyle, to keep up the work. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let it go. Can't let it go by the wayside. Guys like me need places to come on and advertise their school and our wrestling gear line.
Right.
And talk about the wrestling world and all that bull crap, and you guys do a hell of a job at it. So
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And plus, you can get your fried chicken.
Holy
Wait.
shit! When he came in and goes, when you holy shit!
Wait. Hey, Carl, did you catch that last statement?
No, I didn't. What did you say?
Can I say that again?
I say, plus you can get your fried chicken.
Chicken Shack.
Dog, I'll never forget that. That was fucking awesome. His explanation of it is what made it so awesome. When you see a 300-pound black guy walking down the street for some chicken shack.
No, the part that scared the shit out of me
literally
is
how he fucking described it.
No,
which
look,
is
this
made
is
it
what
so
happened. I hit him up like, "Hey man, we ready for you to come in the studio? We ready?" I was like, "Hey man, we in here." He was like, "So?" I was like, "Oh shit, what I do?"
Damn,
Man, I appreciate you calling in, man. Wait, you set this up, didn't you, Tony?
Maybe.
Man, I feel like not Mick Foley. I feel like The Rock right now, man. Like this is your life right now. Look at everybody calling in.
Here's
At least you
sunglasses.
picked the good version, not the one they tried with Bailey.
Man, but Kong, man, we really appreciate you too, man. You definitely helped us out a lot, man. Came on the show,
Twice.
3-4 times?
Twice in studio, right?
No,
once the studio
Well,
called
I
in
think
once.
this is my third, ain't it?
Yeah, it would be the third one because we did the one at BCW.
Because we did one at Impact.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that before it switched. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, you set us up with Jimmy Jacobs, man. And man, thank you, man. I really do appreciate you coming on the show, man, and helping us out in any way that you could. Really appreciate it, man.
Yo, you're always going to be cool people to me for the fact that once Devin had to leave to take care of his business and Kara dipped when she was supposed to do the interview with us, he turned around and he was like, fuck that. That's bullshit.
True professional.
I will never forget that. It was fucking hilarious. Like, he's in full paint, turns around, and he goes, she never came over here to come do the interview.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah,
wait
I
a
remember
minute.
that.
Y'all heard him
I
talk
remember
with the
that.
paint on.
I
Never
was-
forget that in your life.
I didn't hear it. Okay, let me rephrase.
I wasn't there. I was
I'm
not
just saying,
there.
you got to be special.
It
to
might
hear
not
him
have been
talk with that
Congo
paint on.
Kong. It might have just looked like him.
There's a lot of guys walking
he's
around
not
like that.
indistinguishable at
Clark
all.
Kent.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys walking around that looks like that.
Sometimes people push buttons, and like the button pushing causes Kong to speak audibly, and usually it ends up in motherfuckers getting cussed out. So,
Well, it was pretty funny
don't
with that
press no
one
buttons,
because
you ain't got to worry about it.
he snapped his head so quick when I said that shit. That's what made it so funny.
Girl on fire, my ass.
We get the social medias around. No, but let's give Devin this closeout, man. Go ahead, man. We got a minute left.
No, I got to talk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kyle, he got another 2 weeks to talk to. Like, what's going on here? No, me and Sean here, we're for a special occasion. I just want to say thank you so much because we didn't know each other before me and Sean walked in here high as hell, talking shit.
I knew it. Talking
shit, and then we got all those views, and that really meant a lot to me and BCWA, like, period. And I heard so much feedback from the first podcast, and I appreciate you just coming in here and allowing me to be me. You guys never told me to shut up, you know. Devin and Kyle, you guys both became, like, legitimate friends of mine. We hang out together after shows. We go to the bar together. That's not what it's all about, getting drunk, but it's like we really have connected. And
I thought that was like half of the wrestler experience.
Right.
Wrestling's about
live.
the brotherhood, man. Wrestling's about the
sure.
brotherhood. And you're like you said earlier, man. You're a good brother. You're a good person.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you, man. You're great to be around.
Me and Sean don't like fans usually, for real. Me and Sean
don't like anybody.
And we don't like nobody, but
for real.
You guys have legitimate opinions that I respect, and like it kind of caught me off guard, and I'm gonna miss you for sure, bro. For real. And that's why I had to come out today.
Appreciate it, man. Zay?
Like he was saying, man, thank you very much. I appreciate you so much. I've never had another person that I've had to banter with, like through my, speaking as Zay, not as Sean, banter with through my character that has set me up and I've had such a good time with.
You're a great interviewer, dude.
You really are. You're good at what you do. And you're a great person as well. You've been there for me. You've noticed when I've been down about things, and you've asked me what's been wrong after matches, after shows.
Yep.
You came out for me for my birthday. You're a great man, Devin. You're a good man, and it sucks that I have to lose you, a friend from Michigan. But I'm gonna be in contact with you, and I really hope the best for you, man. I'm really happy for you advancing your position in life, brother.
For sure.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
His ass transferring back in 2 years.
All right, y'all in this happy shit ain't working.
I know. What the fuck? We're not going anywhere. He's just moving to Texas.
Goddamn. He's soft.
He can still Skype in.
Soft. I can't touch him from Texas.
Devin's still gonna Skype in, right? You'll
Congo
see him.
Kong
It'll
can touch
just
you
be
from
a
anywhere.
computer version.
Congo Kong can touch you from anywhere. He has a far reach.
I've heard.
Fuck you.
Wait, anybody else got something to say? Tiffany, you got?
Oh, Tiffany's in the building.
Oh, they're getting Tiff on the mic. Oh,
Oh my
shit.
gosh.
She talks.
I tried to.
We got to wrap this up. So
We gotta go.
I just want to make sure everybody got all their statements out. So Tiffany.
Yeah, I just want to say it's been good getting to know you and seeing you at BCWA and being part of the podcast off and on. And you're a good friend, and we keep in touch on Facebook and always talk about wrestling and enjoy the podcast together and stuff. And it's been a good time. So I'm gonna miss that. So good luck in Texas.
And
Why
Tiffany.
she cut better promos than Tony?
And Tiffany's been trying to talk me into being a vegan for like the past 6 months. So, but I'm moving to Texas where they make steak, so that's not gonna happen.
Don't put A1 steak sauce on
I
it.
think the entire state is like half steak.
Randy, you got anything you want to say to me, man?
Wrap it up.
Randy.
Wrap it up. We're out of here. Wrap it up. It's like I want to go home, you motherfucker.
You have 2 more minutes. You have 2 more minutes.
It's only 11 o'clock, guys. It's still the bars.
Just best of luck to you. It's been great working with you, and hopefully you'll be able to still contribute to the podcast.
Appreciate it.
That means pay him.
All right.
I love Randy.
Wait, is Movado still there?
I love Randy.
I don't know. I think it's just Kong on with us.
Well,
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, so he is there.
all right, Movado, go ahead and throw your social media out there, man. So, anything you need to plug real quick?
Hey, man, at Mysterious Movado on Instagram, on Twitter, at BNU2. Just search Mysterious Movado. That's a lot easier. And on Facebook, Mysterious Movado. Let's get it. House of Truth Wrestling, HOTWrestlingSchool.com.
Boom.
HotWrestlingSchool.com. We're signing people up for the October class. Come start your dreams. And just absolutely love you to death, Devin. Thanks for everything you've done for the local and not so local wrestling community as well.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, man. Congo Kong.
Yes, sir.
Man, why don't you go ahead and throw your social media out there, man, and go ahead and plug the school. Anything else you got to promote, sir?
All right. You can reach me at Real Congo Kong on Twitter, at Congo Cyrus 78 on Instagram, or Congo Kong on Facebook. And also, if you're looking for a wrestling school, you happen to be in Lower Michigan or Indiana or Ohio area, anywhere in that tri-state area or outside that area. You know what I'm saying? I think I do pretty decent at teaching people how to wrestle. Hit me up at Professor Kong's Wrestling Academy. And if you're a wrestler looking for gear, you can always hit me up as well, right. And I'll get you square.
Boom.
Man, really appreciate you fellas coming on the show, man, calling in. And, man, I'm definitely going to miss you guys, and I'll definitely be back, man.
Much love.
All right, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All
right, brother. You be safe.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thanks, brothers.
All right, man. Let me.
Bye, y'all.
For the last time.
Thank you, sir.
Zoom in on Devin. Let's give him this moment, y'all. Let's.
What kind of video equipment you think?
Zoom in on him.
Someone just hand the damn camera.
Get the filters going,
man. Yeah, I was not expecting all this, man. I thought it was just gonna be,
surprise.
The five of us, man. Sitting around, just talking one last time. But man, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys really don't know how much all of you mean to me. We started the show 2 years ago, man, as just something we talk about at a wrestling show. And then, for us to come from that point until now, man, really means a lot. It's not going to end. It's definitely a lot more to come. But
Festivus, damn it.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus is still happening.
And if you're at Starcast, check us out. We're there.
Yeah.
But I really do appreciate all you guys, man, and doing all this too, man. Appreciate Zane Silver and Chase and Movado and Congo Kong, Tiffany, Tony. I know you came a long way from wherever the fucking other part of Michigan you're living in right now, man.
The West Coast. If Michigan has coast, I'm in Cali. Oh, no, you know what's crazy? Like, I'm 2.5 hours away from Professor Kong's school, and I'm 2.5 hours away from the House of Truth. So it's like a 6-hour drive from each other. So, like, guys who are just listening, whatever side of the state you're on, there's 2 great schools for you right there.
Definitely. And, man, like I said, this isn't the end. We're gonna figure this out somehow, man. We're gonna figure out a way to make this happen. And
no, man, we're just hitting our stride, dude. We just told them we got Evolve coming, you got Starcast coming, we got to plug BCWA. We ain't going nowhere. It's just gonna change up a little bit.
How about the grind?
That's that harmony right there. That's that harmony.
That's that Lethal Weapon 3 type shit right there.
Before we get off the air, though, straight up, dude, I just want to thank you because, you've helped me gain a lot more confidence in a lot of different areas, both on and off the show. And if it weren't for you bringing me on your show in the first place, I probably might not have picked up the whole journalism thing again. So to be where we're at now and to be starting from sitting doing podcasts inside Bailey's to now we're in studios.
Bailey's, my apartment, Kev's place,
right?
Kyle's place,
right? And bowling alley. We literally have come up from there to have had all these people, come on the show, man. Like, without you starting that spark, it don't happen, man. And you've made a lot of positive impact in my life too, dude. So, I said, whether it's Texas or here, dude, you're my boy. So it is what it is.
Dilly.
Man, thank you guys for helping me live out my dream, man. Podcast is something I've been wanting to do for the longest, and then, like I said, for us to go from where we started off to here, and meeting all these great people, to
catching your whales,
credentials, the damn Starcast, and having Evolve on the show, man. Dude, we've come a long way, man. We still got a long way to go, but so this isn't the end. This is only the beginning.
Fuck it. Let's go get KO3C Pod.
You know what?
Tattoos tonight.
You know what? Screw it. I'm not going. I'm staying here. Wolf of Wall Street, man. Man, so all that being said, hey, guys, make sure you guys come out this Sunday, Buffalo Wild Wings, downtown. We are going to be down there celebrating, having a good time. It might be the last time you get to see me for a while. So why don't you come on out and have a good time with us and the guys from Breaking Down the Ring. So make sure you come on out for that.
You ain't going to come back. You're going to have a December 24th, and it's going to be like 82 degrees in Texas. You're like, fuck Michigan.
I'll probably be in Vegas. To be honest with you. But anything else? Any last words?
Titties.
Nah. See, I was going to go for that, but I was going to let you get your moment too, but fuck all couches.
I knew what he was about to do. I had to hurry up. Like, wait a minute, nope.
Devin's so humble, we can't just let him.
All right.
How much time do we have?
Till next time. Peace.